Hello, everybody, and welcome back to No Longer the Silent Stream. If you're over on YouTube, you have no idea what we're talking about, but that's why try to catch us live sometime so that you can see the professional streamer. What?
Finger gun.
Twitch.tv/Daelric.
Yes, that's right.
I'm glad on this
Daelric.com/store.
break, it was the first break I didn't get naked and dance on.
Of
It's
course.
kind of upsetting, actually,
It's
but
because you're smart enough
Yeah,
to
we
keep
were
the
all
stream
really
open.
let down.
You're right, I do have the stream open.
you're like looking.
You're like, do I or don't I? There might be repercussions on my own channel. I'll not. So anyways, let's, just so you guys know what they were doing kind of like during the break, they were making the Roy Bank a lot better, and they're starting to kind of like plan out their bags of holding and whatnot as well. Because I think you guys, don't you have one bag of holding and two heavy sacks or something like that?
I have the haversack, yeah.
Or is it
And
one
I have the
haversack?
bag of holding.
Okay,
One haversack, one bag of holding.
gotcha. Cool. All right, let's go. So, you guys kind of like walk away from this guy with the information that he just gave you about potentially Flippy Floppy down south in Adir, maybe around Hodgwen, and the Iron Hand Monastery getting a delivery to them that's very likely going to make it, so they 100% start affecting the Peredhel military. What do you do?
We're gonna call in a favor again.
Oh, sure.
Airstrike.
And call it an airstrike. What game used to do that, airstrikes? Was that Call of Duty?
UAV.
Pretty much any board game does it, but yeah. Does it?
All right, so what's the favor, Tyler?
We want information on stuff. Where'd the bank thing go?
Well, it would take too long, right? Because we've already lost 5 days, and they probably left.
You could have done this in the interim.
Oh, got it. Okay, never mind.
If you had 5 days to spare. So you guys could have done things during those 5 days. What would you be doing, Tyler?
I want to find information on what would offend. See if I could find somebody that has information on what would offend these people.
Who has a bone in their roast? Weird. So why don't you... So that's going to be a much higher DC than before. I'm not going to tell you the DC of everything, but it is going to be a much higher DC. Are you going to roll flat D20 or...
No, I'm gonna roll with like how many do each get? If I add 2 favors, it's +2. 3 favors total, it's +5.
And 4 favors total, which is the max, is +10. You currently have 7 favors.
I'm gonna do the 4 favors.
You guys cool with that? 4 favors? Cool. So you're going to have 3 left over afterwards. 1d20 +10. If you have objections, say it before he rolls.
No, that's fine.
Objection!
Yeah, Missy's going to wait until he hears a bloop.
I'm glad I used the +10.
Absolutely, because the DC was 15. You actually do get the result. So what you end up finding out is that the Iron Hand Monastery actually opposes one of the monasteries that opposes the most is
Eating meat.
the Eating Meat Monastery. It's actually they hate
The caveman diet.
The caveman. God, that's such a weird. I don't know. Whatever. I won't rag on other people's eating habits because mine are not good. So they actually, the monasteries, the Iron Hand. What is it? The Iron Hand Monastery. What they oppose the most is actually the monastery of the Sharpened Blade. That's the one that they very much do not get along with. It's a monastery that's not in this region. But it happens to be one of the closest to. It's actually the monastery that's currently set in Taziendale. Rena, you would know a little bit about that monastery, but very, very, very little. You just know that they tend to take orders of good quality steel and whatnot would be sent to them. So the person that you end up speaking to, they find out this information from, is somebody that he used to. It's an old retired person that used to handle like some of the orders that would go up that way from the mines over here. They've come to Ursina because they're old and feeble, and they're retired now. So you end up having a conversation with them in a bar because you were kind of like pointed in the direction to go speak to this person. And what they inform you is that the Iron Hand Monastery, again, of the Blade, they are the biggest rivals. And he's like, what would really piss them off? If they thought the Perrin were working with them too. I mean, if they found out
so
the
if
Perrin...
we took some of the blades that have their insignia on it and put them on the cart.
Or what's obviously a supply that would be sent over to garner the favor of them, and it's almost like they got their wires crossed, that'd piss them the fuck right off.
Hell yeah.
So basically, we want to get weapons from that monastery and put them on that cart.
Exactly. Or weapons of the monastery, or like a shipment that would go to that monastery. Something that clearly says we are allied with or trying to do the same thing with that other guild. Exactly. Correct.
Yeah. So the best thing would do that, because you said they make blades.
The people here make blades, or at least send steel up to them, and they probably forge their own weapons.
Okay, because my thought was like, so we'd want to put steel in there.
Or iron.
Would I be like familiar with the insignia they used?
You actually roll me a history check to see, because like I said, I gave you a little bit of knowledge because you're from Tiziandale, but you roll me a history check to see if you know. Wah, wah.
That's a no.
You do know the insignia they would use.
You know very well.
No.
Yep, you do. You know the insignia. You're like, I'm pretty sure I know that insignia.
No.
Yep. You're pretty sure you know it, Rena.
No, I'm pretty sure I don't.
In talking
Rita.
with that
That's
guy,
positive.
would he tell us about their insignia, or would that require another favor?
Not a favor. You can actually try to diplomacy check to get anything else. Not diplomacy, persuasion
So
check
is
to get
that a
anything else.
persuasion thing?
Yeah, kind of like as you're
So-
talking with them. and
Yondus.
whatnot.
Ophios will be like, very interesting. What would show that this shipment would be crossed? What is their insignia? What would be the biggest distinguishing factors?
So, are you going to roll a persuasion or an investigation, Tyler?
Persuasion.
Go ahead, roll it. Not bad. Oh, it was so long ago. I think I remember it. It's we wouldn't mark the what we would do is the crates that we put they didn't smelt out there. You know they would take the steel that we already created and they would forge it into their own weapons. It's part of their thing. I don't really know much about them. I just know that they're trained in how to properly use a sword, and they take pride in it. So we would smelt it into ingots, to bars for them to then reforge into however it is they need it, and we'd stamp it with their
So it
symbol.
would be forged in the shape so they could just go ahead and hammer this.
Well, melt it and do what they need to, and, it'd be already smelted steel that would then be stamped, and the sigil, I can write it down. You kind of like give him a pen, and he sits there and sketches at it and whatnot.
Could you help my friends here in actually smelting it? He's gesturing towards Rena.
That is another persuasion check, sir.
I couldn't see my roll. My character sheet's in my way.
Oh, okay. I was like, you can't see it. Okay, so I'm too old for this. Best I could do is tell you where a couple of the places are that do smelting around here might be, but I'm too old to be doing that kind of work. I might break something or throw
I
a
wasn't
hip.
asking you to do the works. I was asking you just to give some direction. Stand behind, point fingers.
I'm willing to talk to you over a beer when you're paying, but
I'll take care of that. I'll pay for a beer.
I'm not willing to find myself in the hot forge where it smells like shit and I'm probably breathing in some sort of diseases. Who knows how much iron's in my lungs from all that happened.
There's the
I could start my own monastery, the Iron Lung.
All right, Rena, let's go. This guy's useless.
He does write down, as I was saying beforehand, he does write down the sigil. but I am gonna 1d20 his ability to draw the sigil. Hold on 1 second.
I'll be like standing behind him with my arms crossed, kind of
that-
looking over, like, yeah, oh yeah, I remember. Yep, that's what it looks like.
I imagine Rena going, I don't know if that's it. Maybe.
Are you sure?
I
No.
trust him. He was the one.
Yeah.
He did all this work,
He knows. It's fine.
Oh, was that a negative?
Yep, I did take two off that roll to get it to a 16. Not that it does very much. And so he draws the insignia to the best of his feeble old ability. So his hand is shaky as it seems to be when he's holding his mug. It's pretty steady when he's handling the pen, and he actually draws a pretty decent sigil. Rena, you look at that thing and you're like, that is not what I thought it was.
I'm like,
So Ophios will take that and thank the man and just kind of nod to him and say, I'll buy you a beer later.
He nods. Obviously, you would have already purchased him some beers at this point too, but you're good. Because you got him talking. But so anyways, yep, you're good. He nods and is like, hey, I'll always take a round or a few, and you guys go off.
So essentially, I'm taking this with Rena, and I'm gonna have a quick RP moment with Rena and just kind of talk about. So, Rena's, could you perhaps mix this and maybe make it Warren's? I don't know how good the guy's memories is, but making the bars, working with the smelters here's. I've seen your works before. I think you could do this.
I mean, something like an insignia would be like really quite easy for me to do.
I mean, once you make the what's it called, the stamp, what the hell is that called? The brand or whatever it is. It would be easy to do once you make it. However, you have to make it first, and that would be a check for you. You could do it based off this image. It's just you have to make it. You know what I mean?
I was thinking we were heading towards the forge people here that probably might have something like that already there or know how to make it, so she could get some assistance.
I mean, here you can purchase steel. You can make that thing yourself and just be like, hey, we're buying all these steel bars. Just brand them with that, and then you can just brand it yourself or ask them to brand it with it. They're like, why? You'd be like, I gave you gold. Don't ask questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's entirely up to you, of course.
How much gold?
Good question. You finish your conversation, and then we'll get to that other stuff afterwards.
Okay.
So what do you think, Serena? Do you think you can manage this?
I'll just kind of like look at the little sheet and a little back and forth and just say, it looks simple enough. Not without some difficulty, but I'm confident I can do it.
Fairs. You go do this. I have something I need Yondus to do, and he is heading to wherever Yondus is now.
So I'll just take the paper and I'll just kind of walk off then.
And I'll say, oh, by the way, Renas, keep up the good works.
I'll smile and then
this people in this town seems to trust you and likes you.
She'll just say, thanks. Kind of turn and walk away.
All right, so looking at old school rules, it used to be 1 silver piece for a pound of iron. So I imagine it'd probably be more like 5 silver for a pound of steel. These ingots would probably be like a bar wouldn't be 1 pound bars. It'd probably like 10 pound bars if you imagine like how heavy that would be. So that'd be if they're 5 silver per 1 pound, that's 5 gold per ingot. So it depends on how many ingots you want to buy. And then, Rena, we can worry about stamping afterwards. How many did you want to buy to have transported there? You probably need a crate and stuff, but they can probably supply you with a crate and stuff.
I was thinking whatever would seemingly fit in the same box they'd already have. So that we could possibly just kind of move the stuff from the bag of holding to the haversack and put them in the bag of holding.
Gotcha. Well, how many pounds can a bag of holding hold again? In 5e, do you remember?
It was pretty high.
Bag of holding. I don't remember
Well,
off the top of my head. Because the old school was different.
Like...
Let's see. It says 500 pounds, which would be 50 ingots. Which 50 ingots, if I said 1 gold, would just be 50 gold pieces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or I thought you said 5. What?
Because I think I said it was
You said-
1 gold for 10
You,
pounds.
yeah, you said it was
Oh.
5 silver. Yeah.
So well, yeah, 1 gold for 10 pounds. I think is what I said, right? Is that what I said?
Yeah. I think so.
Let me make sure my math is correct so I don't screw this up for you guys. So I'm back. I screwed up. So if it's 1 silver for 1 pound, so it's 5 silver for 1 pound of steel. So 5 silver for 1 pound of steel. 5 gold for 10 pounds. So 5.
Okay.
And so 50 of them, that would be 250 gold, which isn't that much. 250
Yeah.
gold just for the ingots. Now, Rita, you have to make the insignia, and then you either have to stamp them yourself, or
Well-
you can pay them to do it with the thing that you make.
Before we decide that, do we have information on how much gold they were getting? Because if basically we want to have enough to fit in that crate, but not too much and not too little.
Absolutely, because you want to fill up the bag of holding, but if you can carry less, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Why don't you go back? You go back and you talk to the bird guy. Roll me an investigation check.
All right.
So when you're talking to him, kind of like leading conversation, asking questions, may I see the letters, so on and so forth, and kind of like going through it with him. And it's kind of written in, normal Peredhel or Tasian, depending on who it is that sent these letters. But you're able to discern. You believe it's going to be 2 crates of ingots. Each crate probably weighs about 200 pounds or about 20 ingots each. So because you don't want too much more than that, otherwise it'd be difficult for individuals to like pick up and carry. But then there's also supposed to be a chest full of gold that's supposed to be there as well. Didn't know if you wanted to do anything different about the chest full of gold. But so yeah, there's the you're probably thinking about 400 pounds of ingots or 40, probably thinking like 40 of the ingots.
40 ingots.
Yeah,
Okay.
which would be 200
so
gold
that's-
pieces.
Yep.
Okay.
So he would, Ophios would immediately think Lionel and be like, "Thanks for going over this with me. This helps greatly. We don't have to carry as much as I anticipated. Must run those. Much to do before we leaves."
So you spend the 200 to buy the steel bars. That's not the end of the world. It doesn't matter if it's the correct steel. It doesn't matter where it came from. You don't care about any of that. It's just meant to be an insult to people that don't use weapons, right?
Correct.
Rena, I need from you, for your plan to work, for you to roll for me. You're designing the actual insignia onto a brand.
I'm bringing Yondus and having Yondus come with me to see if either of us can help Rena as well.
This is going to kind of have to be a her thing because she's the smith.
I kind of figured.
Yeah.
But
So with your smithing skill, Rena, you're going to get to choose either intelligence or dexterity, which one you want to use to design this actual insignia based off the little image that the guy drew for you.
I'd say
Unless
it's
you
more
think
of
that the image in your head is the right one, because that looks wrong.
No. no.
Are you sure? Because you're pretty sure.
I'm gonna go against my feeling and be like, it would be time wasted if we didn't at least try his idea.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a dexterity for this one.
Okay,
I
sure.
think it's more about like.
Do you want either of them to lend? 'Cause now that you're saying dexterity, I want either of them to lend any degree of assistance for you. And how would they assist you if you're going to try to do that shenanigans?
I guess it would just be like helping to keep like the piece like steady. Maybe just one extra pair of hands
And just use it as like a pair
to
of
like
hands?
clamp it down or
An
something.
assistant?
Yeah.
Okay. I will allow one of them to give you. We can say it's messy since he was handling the conversation.
Well,
So-
I'm on my own side adventure right now.
We don't
What?
call that
I
a
said I
side
went and
adventure. We
got
call
you.
that. Oh, sorry. I wish I was wearing a pink beanie now.
Tyler, you
Wait,
even know where
so
I
Yondus
am?
isn't there at the smithing thing, despite the fact that I just said Ophios would go find him and bring him back there?
No, he's messing with you.
Dare
Somebody
you
want to buy
assume
me a
that?
pink beanie for Christmas?
Yeah.
You really want a pink beanie?
I want a pink beanie.
Mine has a little
I
pom pom on top.
I have my black beanie that says "Where is the water deep?" and I have another black beanie that has like headphones built into it. That's all.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's what my wife got me for Christmas. I mean Santa. Mrs. Claus and I are toy. So Rena, with Messy's assistance of you, you roll me with advantage that check.
Oh, okay. Wait, I have to redo it here. Hang on.
See if I stay awake. Let me do a stay awake check.
Well, he gets bored.
He's like,
Oh, well.
That's good.
Well, you do a perfect job
Not a terrible roll. Not a terrible roll.
making the insignia based off of his drawing. So however accurate his drawing was, that's how accurate your insignia is. As for branding them, are you going to try to do that yourself, or are you just going to have the people that you're buying it from brand them?
Seems like a terrible idea now.
I mean, because that's just the main thing that we're doing. So I could do it myself to save the
There's
gold.
other stuff we could do, like make the plan of how we're gonna do this.
True. All right. Yeah. How much would it be then? Like, how much would I be paying them?
Not a ton, just an additional silver per. And since you're buying, how many did we say? 40 of them? That's 40 silver, 4 gold. That's all. So you guys have spent 204 gold to buy these. That's all.
Yep.
So am I taking that out of my personal one?
How much do you
That's fine.
have? I'll take some.
212.
If you can, yeah.
Yeah, because
yeah.
the rest of your big chunk of money is already in the bank, right, Rena?
Yeah, you said 204.
Correct.
Okay, so I have 8 gold left.
Cool.
Add 50 to that because I'm gonna pay for 50 of it.
Okay. All right, cool. We'll just do that. We'll pay them to do it.
All right. So now you guys can start planning out your plan.
Planning out our plan.
That's
Are
what
we back at the
Tyler was just
base?
talking about.
Yondus, you're an ambushers, are you not?
First of all, that's really offensive. Second of all, yes.
You know, if these last 2 months hadn't have happened, I probably would have slit your throat for that. But alas.
I've done less to better people. So you've done
Did you just
it
say I've done
for
less to better people?
You've done it for less to better
Oh.
people.
Yeah. So here's my thoughts. We have invisibility oils, and you, sirs, can swim fast thanks to the items I gave you. I'm thinking the best possible option is ambush them on the river. They will have limited defense and limited places to go, so we can't have people going off and telling people. So, in case something goes south, we can easily have them fall off the boats as opposed to them reporting an ambush. And simply swim up, switch out the ingots, and take the golds. Sounds good? Unless you want to ambush on lands. I think they'd be more wearies of such things.
So your idea is to, obviously you're waiting for Messi to reply, but your idea is to not even engage them in combat, but to do everything from a non-violent perspective so they don't even know what they're doing.
Correct. We have potions of invisibility and oils of invisibility, so we can create a blockade where their ship kind of gets stuck for a bit. And then we go ahead and slip in, take what we want, put the stuff where we want it, and head out.
I think Messi's responding to his significant other at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we lost Messi temporarily.
I'm wondering
Also, the
if he
cat
even
just
heard the
walked
plan.
in.
What'd you say?
I said the cat just walked in. Do I still sound like shit?
Is that what you
Yeah,
refer to your
curiosity.
girlfriend as, the cat? Because that's not very nice.
Yes, you still sound like shit.
All right, give me 1 second.
Has Messi not used his computer since the last time we streamed this game? Because
I
he's having
honestly
some
don't
hard
know.
struggles.
Rena, what did you think of the plans?
I was like gripping my axe, and then I was like, oh. No, I'm just kidding. I think that may be the best way to approach it, so that they unknowingly deliver this to them, thinking they're doing exactly what they need to be doing, and catch them, off guard, and kind of leave them like reeling for an explanation. So
the key moments is going to be switching the ingots. But all of us should be upon the boats, invisible, ready to stand guards and fights if necessary. Quietly, of course. Looking at Rena like, if we're going to kill them, they need to just kind of disappear.
Right.
They'll sink to the bottoms on their own accord. We just need to give them a push if necessary.
I do think it'll take quite a bit of time to switch everything out, though, and that might be the tricky part.
Perhaps we can give them distractions. As if they had a success keeping us off their ship, while the other slips in and switches them out.
I don't know much about it, but you can create illusions, right?
I can.
That's
create
exactly what she did
fires.
too.
I can. He kind of looks insulted. And then
she
also
doesn't understand.
Pulls out a scroll that is a scroll of mirror image and is just like sorts ups.
It wouldn't need to be anything too intimidating, but something intimidating enough, so to speak.
Do you want me to summon as a monster? I can.
Well, not a real one. Just, make it look real.
I can't do that. Wrong kind of wizards. I'm not a parlor trick ones. I'm a battler, trained in assassins.
Hey, no offense. I know nothing about it. I was only asking.
Sneak and kills, not distracts. It's not my specialties.
Okay, different approach. You can disguise yourself, and I've seen you before in action. Distract some guards with your stories or something.
I could try that. The difference is those guards were on guards, and I was a guards. This case would be caravan workers. Having a stranger come aboard would be odds.
You're right.
But perhaps I could be somebody in distress. Who knows? I doubt they'd be the ones to help in this region, but we can find out. I still think best thing is appear as if fighting and give up as they have waters as their defense. So, do you have any ranged weapons?
Scott, did I ever fix my bow?
Yeah, forever ago. Yeah.
I thought so, but I was like, I just haven't used it, so. Okay. Oh, I have a bow. And I've got my 2 axes, but that's about it.
The other option I can do is they get stuck and they accidentally catch fires. Just saying, enough to where they can put it out because they're right next to the water, but could be something to distract as well.
I'll just look and say, what's with you and fire?
It's easy, simple magic trick, something I can do easily.
Can't
Nothing
argue with you
special
there.
about fires. I don't care about fires. It's just effective at times.
I totally don't worship Snaga. Not in the least bit, no. Snaga raised me.
Fire god demands a sacrifice.
Any other questions? Anything else?
I'm still trying to figure out buying time for Messy here.
I just figure we keep going back and forth with ridiculous ideas.
I do have the scroll Pass Without a Trace, which I'm guessing is just a scroll of invisibility, Scott, or is that something?
Not exactly. You're not invisible past without trace. You just leave no smell and no tracks on the ground.
Okay, because I was going to use that and try and do that for whoever's moving the ingots. So there's not even anything.
Yeah, so like dogs wouldn't be able to necessarily track them or pick up their scent and so on and so forth.
And
makes
it would
them
also it would also make it so they're not visible, and then anything else, like there's not a random smell in the air and there's no tracks of stuff being tampered with.
Correct.
Okay.
So you combine a few different spells and you become effectively imperceivable.
Yeah.
Correct. It's important to note that when you're looking at that map, I believe you guys can still see, when you're looking at that map and you're looking at Momley and which way they're going, remember, because you're in the southern hemisphere, rivers go up, not down.
Right. That's what I was saying.
So like that river, those rivers there, so rivers can go up, they can go down, they can go wherever. But like these particular rivers, they happen to go upwards, not downwards, if I remember correctly.
I mean, regardless, water falls with gravity, so it would make sense that whatever's the higher elevation, it would be flowing from
excuse
there.
me, in Australia, the toilet flushes backwards. And
Yeah,
Homer Simpson taught me that you can make a
that's
machine
different with
that
gravity.
allows you to appreciate your country even when you're in the wrong one.
So Scott, if they're moving towards the mountains on a river, generally they would be moving upstream. It would be a slow process.
No, it makes no sense.
So I imagine we get the maps out and like try to pinpoint a location to.
Yeah. Figure out where we want to ambush them.
So then I'll point to. Oh, you don't have it up on the.
That's okay.
Screen.
I can change it. Boom. Oh no. Boom and bam. Now it is.
Okay, I was gonna say. So like spread it out and point to. Here.
Oh, that's where they're gonna land. That's where they'll probably get off. Because if you look where the monastery is,
I thought you were saying they'd get off up here.
They might go here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So somewhere here where, basically, what we're gonna try and do is scout to see where there's stuff that's already seemingly in the way, so that they could perhaps get jarred from underneath, which would require them extra effort to take care of.
Perfect.
Sort of something like that.
So, I already mapped out how long it would take to travel through that region. It's about 55 hours to travel to exactly that little hill that you guys just gestured at, which I'll ping it a couple more times. Ping it for you guys as well, so you guys can see it. So, about 55 hours to get to that little hill that's right there, which travel-wise is about 7 days of travel, unless you push yourself on any of those days. Pushing yourself will allow you to get there a little bit quicker. Remember, there's different travel times based off of like what kind of hexes you're traveling through, so on and so forth. So actually,
that's what I was thinking at.
Yeah.
Is these 7 hexes.
yeah. So
So could I save us time through that one hex that I know?
correct. So and then also your what are they called? Survival checks could in theory save time. Also, forced marching could save you time as well. So there's different ways that you can save time to try to get there. The thing is, you know that it took 5 days to properly plot out the maps that you guys are now planning from, and then probably maybe one additional day now that you have the maps out to finish all your planning, because you would have worked on the plan beforehand, you would have gotten the ingots beforehand, branded them beforehand, and this like last day is like, we get the maps ready, cool, let's pour over it, you know what I mean? So now the two different timelines kind of converge, and you're now like kind of like, okay, we need a plan, we need to get going, because we don't know if they've left or not yet. And they're probably going to be traveling faster than us.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get the ambush on them. But
Somewhere in here, maybe? Or here?
I was thinking doing this would probably be our best bet.
So more or less allowing yourself a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
still
we're
sound
going to
like
want
garbage
time when
feces?
we get there to set things up.
What
No, you
was that?
sound better.
Do I sound like garbage feces?
I mean, yes.
No, you sound a lot better.
But that's just
Okay.
because you're messy.
It's
I don't know.
There's no weird static that you're having.
Yeah, I heard it too. I don't know what that is.
It was
It's
like
gone now.
popping
All I
and
did was
static.
I just kept fucking with my settings until it worked. So
Gotcha. So
IT.
did you hear the plan? Were you listening?
I was half paying attention.
So essentially what we're trying to do is Ophios said to Rena that We're going to try and distract while we give you extra capabilities, invisibility, and pass without a trace to deliver the ingots and switch out with the gold. And we'll be there as backup, easily able to get on the boat after we try and build a trap on the river. And so that they're not on high defense because they already have the river to their advantage. It's harder for people to approach. And so we would, if a distraction is necessary, we would pretend to assault them and shoot arrows and stuff so that they would go to that side of the belt as you sneak on to affect that.
So
if need be.
They would be a decoy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we would pretend like they won after a certain amount, after we think you might have finished, so that we could easily just, they would be like, okay, we fended them off. Clearly nothing happened here.
Okay, so 2 questions. First of all, how do I signal if I need you to do that? Are you just gonna assume?
What spells do you have?
That's a good question.
The other
been a
option is I
while.
literally Misty Step onto the boat and Misty Step off.
I do have message.
Yeah, you could message then.
That would work. It's a pretty good range. Guys, don't forget, this is your best opportunity to, oh, sorry. Best opportunity to screw him over.
Yep.
It was on lock, and I was like, oh, it's not working. Okay.
So that's a drill, but yeah.
So it's like a 7-day travel, you said, right, Scott?
Correct, unless you push it for reasons X, Y, Z. So
Right.
actually, with your slight change of path there, and Rena pointing out the green bit, that actually brings it down by 6 hours, which makes it 6 and change day travel. But you
Okay.
can shorten that with other things. So, for instance, travel times are all based off of the average party speed. So I should say the speed of the slowest member of the party, which is 30 feet, because you're all 30 feet. If you're going through a region, yeah, so it brings it to 51 hours, which is, like I said, 6 days and change. So if you're in a region that you know very well, it's green, your speed is treated as 10 feet faster. If you're on a mounts, your speed is treated as 10 feet faster, and so on and so forth. And don't forget,
That was the other thing. I was
there was
gonna
this
talk
thing
after
here that you
about
guys
that.
use as like the thing I made for you forever ago.
Yeah.
And it's very much just like, again, if you're, if there's any reason, like, there's ways to make your speed increase, upgrading PTS, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can choose to travel at fast pace, which has its own effects. If you remember traveling at fast pace under the movement category of D&D.
We'll need.
When you travel at fast pace, you take a -5 to passive perception checks, which means that the chance of you getting like randomly encountered against is much, much higher. But you can't do that.
My question is, getting mounts, we would be rolling animal handling on those.
Yeah, or ride check. Does ride exist in this game? It doesn't. It's land vehicle checks.
What's land vehicle?
It's, if you don't have it as a trained skill, it's just going to be dexterity or whatever, or or animal handling, depending on what it is that you're doing. More or less, yes, you are integrating more checks into it.
Okay. Would that be a benefit to have horses?
So again, it upgrades the party speed. If you're looking at the chart that I made visible for you, it upgrades your party speed from 30 to 40. But moving at a fast pace also does that.
Right.
I
Well-
can run as fast as a horse.
There's one benefit that we have here, and that's the belt we have in the bank. That is the equestrian belt.
Does it
That
probably
somebody could
requires attunement.
Yeah.
It allows you to be pretty awesome at a horse. So you just give it to the person who's the least capable person in the party. We know who that is.
Is that me or Yondus?
Mine's a 0. My animal handling's a 0.
Mine is a 0 as well.
I am
Mine is
dexterous.
3.
I am a dexterous person.
We'd give it to you, Yondus.
I was waiting for somebody to call a spade a spade.
So if you want to take that, because I'm already attuned to 3 items as well. So if you want to grab that out of the bank and put it on your character sheet. It's listed under armor.
So you guys
Okay.
do want to get mounts?
Yes, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
we'll buy
thinking.
some
I'm going to
horses.
use favors for that.
Okay. You can do, again, the flat roll, or you can, because you have 3 left, or you can, use 2 of them to get a +2 on the roll.
What do you guys think?
Something like mounts for a situation like this, it's just a DC 10 for favor. And the reason why it's a 10 is because there's a chance that first of all, they can't use their mount in the interim, so they can't make profit off of whatever it is. And there's a chance that they lose the mounts. Now, if you beat the DC by favor, they'll allow you to borrow the mount for free. If you crush it. So, but if anything happens to the mount, you're going to have to pay them back for the value of the mount. But if you crush it and something goes wrong, they're going to be like, it's okay.
Is there a difference if I ask?
No, not for a situation like this.
Okay.
We're keeping it pretty generic at first as we're integrating the rules for you in session 1.
You know what, Rena?
I was like, I'm just gonna ask for everything.
You know what, Rena? Either you or Yondus will ask for this. I've done all the favors. So.
He doesn't want to roll poorly.
The question is, how much do you want to use? Do you want to use all of our favors now? Because more than likely, this is the last time we'll use them.
Just let me charm them.
Listen, cat.
Ooh, does that affect them? Oh, but then they know they're charmed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that piss him off in
After the
future.
charm, after the charm's off.
Yeah.
But if they get their horses back and we still pay them for
Yondus,
it,
you're not doing it. Rena, go ahead.
Okay, I'll do it.
Do you want to do all 3 and get the +5, or do you want to save 1 in case there's something else you think of before you go?
Is there
What if-
anything else? we're
Anything
thinking of?
after? Maybe I want to save at least 1. I feel like.
All right.
Okay, cool.
So,
What
add
about-
the plus
Use
2.
2, so you're going to roll 1d20 + 2, Rena. It's a DC
Oh,
10.
okay.
should have let me charm them.
Is that
No.
no spaces with the plus, or do I do
Correct, no
space
space.
plus?
No spaces,
Okay,
yeah.
got it.
No space.
Sorry.
Hey, it must be the money. So you actually do beat it, and they are going to lend you the 3 horses, which upgrades the party's travel speed, which means I need to do math again. Give me a moment.
Pretty.
-2. Wow, -3 per. So that's 2. That is 6. And that is okay. So you're actually subtracting about another 10 hours from your trek. No, 12 hours from your trek. Bring it down from what did I say, 52 down to only 40 hours of travel. 8 hours a day. That's only 5 days of travel to get from A to B. And you guys can still choose to fast travel and whatnot to shorten that a bit more. So it's only, I
What if we
originally told you it
go-
was going to take you 7 days to travel there. It's now taking you about 5 days to travel there. What's that, Messi?
What if we went for 16 hours? Why do we have to go for 8?
You travel 16 hours in one day. You just have to make checks against it.
Oh, that's fast pace.
No, fast pace you can do. Yeah,
So we can do
pace is its own
fast pace
penalty.
and 16 hours.
Yes, you can choose to travel. It's called forced march to go past 8 hours of travel.
And
Oh,
you lose.
What if I
5
tied
in
both of their
perception.
horses to my horse, and then I'm just kidding.
And lift your horse up. Just carry everything.
Yeah,
Carry
I use
my horse.
My ability to levitate. I don't have that.
Okay, so you guys are going to. So you guys are going to start your trek, I imagine.
Yeah, once we have the
Imagine.
ingots and loaded them into the bag of holding, moving the stuff from the bag of holding that we have in there into my haversack.
Mm-hmm. Good night, Anna.
So I'm just gonna leave it in the bag of holding, if that's okay. Just
Yeah,
because...
that bag of holding chart should also just be the haversack chart too, just so we kind of know. Unless your haversack chart is just supposed to be your personal stuff.
No, I can do the bag of holding chart. So I'll just wait. Did I not put anything in here?
I don't know.
Crap, I
I don't
did.
know.
That's
I
okay.
got it.
So you figure that out. So you guys are gonna start heading out.
I have
Now,
it on my bio. I'll deal with that later.
For this travel, did you want to move at a fast pace at all, or did you want to move at the? I can close this now. Or did you want to move at the normal pace?
I feel like moving fast pace early for the first 2 hexes would be great, and then the rest normal.
Can't go away. There's actually a bigger benefit for moving at a fast pace through the harder hexes. If you actually look at that little chart that I popped up for you, moving at a faster pace during the plains hexes only gives you a 1 hour cutoff. Through the mountainous hexes gives you a 2 hour cutoff, and back to 1 hour for the other terrains. It's up to you for how you feel about that.
I leave that to the discretion of the party. I'll agree with whatever they decide.
Yeah, we'll go fast through the mountains.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
we
worry
fall off
about
our
the
horse and-
mountains being the place where we have the ambush because we're going right next to the Iron Hand.
What? No.
That's why I don't want to do that.
What?
That's my argument
What are you-
against it.
what are you-
And why
what are you
Scott
saying,
would tell
Tyler?
us that. And why Scott would want us to do that.
Why does Tyler always ruin all my good plans?
Because I'm intelligent.
I think the word you're looking for is wise.
All right, true.
Tyler's IRL best attribute is my IRL worst attribute. Like, I'm like, there's like a plate of cookies, and Tyler's like, yeah, I'll have one or two because they're good, but I really shouldn't do more than that. I don't want to feel bad tomorrow. And I'm like, I ate all the cookies and had a couple of bowls of cereal. I'm lactose intolerant. Where's the ice cream? Like, he's not even responding because he knows it's true.
Yep.
Why worry
Look
about
deep
problems
into those
today?
Bradley Cooper eyes. You'll see what I'm saying. There's like wisdom of years there. What was that, Messi?
I said, why worry about tomorrow's problems today?
Yeah, see? What is it? I'll pay you tomorrow for a burger today, right?
Exactly.
All right, so first 2 days fast travel. We just need you guys to roll me Constitution saves.
Okay.
Okay.
I always fail my constitution.
Oh, hold on. Fast travel or forced marching too? Sorry.
Fast travel only for now until we get to the mountains, right? Or when are we doing that
Yeah.
for?
So fast travel has zone issues, like I said, built into it. So we're just doing fast travel. My apologies. So we're cutting 2 more hours off. 40 goes down to 38. So ignore that Constitution save. That gets
Okay.
you the first
Thank
two travels. So it gets you to here. For the next ones, you guys wanted to go back to the normal pace. How far did you want to go through the normal pace? Did you want to pick it up again after the mountainous region?
I was thinking once we get into the plains closer to the river, we speed it up once we see our destination from the plains.
Okay.
You're taking us to the wrong spot.
My apologies. You're going this way.
It was up to here and straight like here.
So it was here.
I think it was actually.
Yeah, it was like this, I believe. Because you wanted to do this.
No, it was like this.
Oh, okay. I was going, yep, that's fine. Cutting across is fine. Cool. And so did you want to do planes for these last 2 hexes there, Tyler? 6 and 7?
That's what I was. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So do me a favor. As you're kind of coming through this region, roll for me, whoever wants to roll for it, survival check with advantage because you have the maps to assist you with this. So
I think
survival check
that's-
with advantage.
I think Rena has the highest survival.
I have a 0.
I have a 0 as well.
Yeah, I have 3, so I'll throw it.
Rena, are you just like the most useful party member out of all of them?
Whoa.
I mean, you said it.
I
so.
distracted, I deceive, I intimidate. I got almost all the favors done.
Yeah, but
I
Rena's
can
wearing a pink beanie.
I'm wearing a pink beanie.
Hers actually
Luck
looks like a
dice,
beanie.
luck dice.
Oh, okay.
Do you
How do
have
you
luck
do it
dice?
again?
You
I don't know.
You don't even know if
Luck
you have luck
die,
dice.
luck die, look. Yay!
Woo!
15!
Oh, why is it appearing weird on chat, Hammy? There you go. Perfect. So you get a 15 total. So you actually do a good job of kind of navigating through the mountains and whatnot, and are able to do a good enough job to kind of avoid areas where it seems like there's probably natural problems here. You find tracks of creatures that you're not very familiar with. Like, you kind of like one of those Rena's like, do you see these markings? And you guys come over, you're looking at these footprints that are just like, they're not human, they're not Perrin, they just seem off, almost paw-like, but definitely walking bipedal. You're not sure what they are, and so you just decide, let's avoid these. In another area where you're walking through the mountains, you're pretty sure you're actually seeing, this is in the lower reaches because, winter is past, it's now springtime and whatnot. You're actually seeing areas where people are kind of making their way back up the mountains. My apologies. You're seeing the mountain men are starting to make their way back up the mountains, up the mountains. What are mountain men? Out of game, mountain men are Goliaths, the race Goliaths. But you're seeing mountain men making their way back up the mountains because they prefer the cold, but the top of the mountains during the winter is way too cold for them. They're a bit nomadic. So you can see tracks of them doing so. But you're able to avoid all of these peoples. You're also able to find good enough areas of berries here and there. That you can, kind of farm for yourselves for food, track down animals well enough that, once again, food isn't an issue, and continue on. You get through to the plains on the other side. Do you choose to go fast pace again?
What do you guys think?
It'll save you 2 more hours in the end.
Only 2 hours? Probably not worth it.
Well, 2 hours can be an important thing because it brings you from 38 total hours to 36.
Which
Is that that's
is
our
a day and a
constitution
half.
save? Is that what we do?
You actually don't need to if you're just going fast paced. Constitution save only matters if you're force marching, because an hour of travel is worth way more than fast paced.
We might as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking fast pace.
Okay.
Is there a downside?
You just have
perception -5.
correct. All right.
What's -5? Sorry.
Perception?
We get a -5 on
Oh, perception.
rolls.
That's right. That's
So
right.
we could get
Okay.
ambushed.
So in total, you guys, it takes you only 4.5 days of travel to get there. Rather than, originally, I think I said 8 or 7 or whatever it was.
Is that
7.
what Google Maps said?
And it brings you
Yeah.
down to only right. That's like you borrow grandma's GPS and Google Maps tells you it's going to take you. You ever notice that after a while of driving like an asshole, Google Maps just actually accurately predicts how long it's going to take to get there? It's
Yeah, I
annoying.
do.
It's like, how do you know that I average over 10 miles an hour over the speed limit? So you that'd be a great way for cops just to be like, can I see your Google Maps? Algorithm says. So
They can do that with your car's black box, but I think it's illegal. It's Fourth Amendment.
my car doesn't have a black box.
All cars have black box.
My car doesn't have a black box, thank you.
Is your car run?
Yes. Yabba dabba doo.
Is it like a Flintstones thing?
Sorry. Yabba dabba doo.
Come on, honey, pick up the pace, or are we going 50?
Moving on. That's why I have such great, huge calves. So, you guys are pick up the pace of the tail end there. Do me a favor, and everybody roll me your perception checks, please.
Do we have to?
You're right.
just
You can
get
just do a
into
group
20?
perception if you'd like.
No,
Is
everybody
this
roll.
normal or this is disadvantage, right?
No,
It's normal.
Yeah, he'll take
Minus
the
5. He's
-5.
going to take
Oh,
whatever
so
we
just
roll and
so
subtract 5. from it.
normal. Okay, got it.
Yondus is doing a great job.
11.
Oh, Rena,
Oh.
awesome.
Oh,
Tyler?
I'm going to use a luck die on that to make it a 15,
10.
so it'll be a 10 total.
I think you just wasted your time.
I think we all,
Unfortunately, he did not waste his time. I didn't set the DC particularly high, but I did set it to a 10. I usually have my rounded numbers.
Wow. Okay.
Ugh, Tyler. So
Thanks,
you
Tyler.
guys actually do get to the plains, and you traveled at a fast pace. So when you finally get to the river's edge, and you're riding up, it's one of those things where your horses are gassed. You know what I mean? You just spent 2 days hard riding them, and so on and so forth. Just trying to get to this place as quick as possible. As we said
we have to
before, and
put
you
them
spent
down?
6 days before you left the original camp. 6 days. That is a long time. And they said that everything had already arrived in Momley prior to that. That was prior to the message being sent that it arrived in Momley. So, of course, it left Momley a while ago and was well on its way. When you finally get to the river, before you even have time to kind of plot and plan what exactly the ambush is, you see they're coming. Now, because you see that they're coming, luckily, Tyler, you see it before they notice you. So you can kind of pull back and plot things out. But they're going to be in the area in less than 10 minutes' time if you choose to act now. You guys pull back because you had seen it. What do you say or do?
Wait, so they're on land already?
No. They're going up the river.
Oh, okay. So they're still in the river.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Just not where we expect them to be. Okay.
Correct. They're closer than you expected them to be.
The first thing Ophios is going to do is he's going to look in the river to see if there's anything that'll hold them up, or anything he can force into the river to hold them up.
Roll me a survival check. Don't forget you have advantage on all survival checks in this region.
So roll a survival check with advantage.
Anybody else doing anything else while he's looking for this?
Um,
Because he's going to spend like 5 minutes doing this.
Oh.
Beautiful, Tyler. Anybody else doing anything else while he's doing this?
okay, so he's blocking the boat.
Do I have the ingots?
They're inside the bag of holding.
They're in the bag of holding, which we would have given to Yondus because he was
I
the
have
one
that.
that was going to
Yeah,
have to get
you
on.
might
Okay.
have it on you for like the travel there because you're a stronger girl than he is a boy. And
Ophios
he would
would've-
take
would've
them once
said-
the actual task starts. What's
yeah,
up?
Ophios would say the boat's approaching. It'll be here shortly.
Okay.
Burr.
Is there anything in the? Do I perceive anything in the water that might be a danger to me?
It's a good question. Why don't you roll me a perception check or a nature check?
Oh wow.
Okay.
Something
and,
happened today. I don't know what it is.
And Rena, what are you doing in the interim while they're figuring out this stuff? Just want to twiddle your thumbs and not ruin the.
No, I don't want to. Okay.
Burr, so cool.
Set up an ambush spot.
I was gonna say.
That's what he's working on.
Oh, that's
Well,
what he's
yeah,
doing.
well,
Okay. Well,
He's
can
looking
I
for a
like?
spot- He's looking for, I should say, a spot to hold them up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was just gonna
Looking
like
for a
tie
spot
up
to
the
attack.
horses kind of behind us, just so they don't get lost, because I kind of don't want to lose them and lose our favor with that guy. But and then I guess I'll just get ready. Maybe I'll ready my bow just in case.
You have
See-
plenty of time.
So you're more or less just kind of like handling the camping kind of stuff. Like, okay, get our stuff that we don't necessarily need on us, like our backpacks.
Yeah, if they're
that we
just
need
like
on us,
tossing me
so
stuff
then-
they don't need, and I'll just kind of.
You should.
You're
get
just tethering the
a-
equipment, getting things prepared. Okay, you're being a good
You should-
housewife. Okay.
You should set up. Wow. You should set up for a quick retreat if things go south.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be smart.
Quick retreat to the things go south. Why don't you actually also roll me your survival check with advantage, please, Rena? Because
Okay.
again, you have advantage with those maps.
Another 20, please. Or
Or that. Sorry.
Okay, so don't mind me. I'm just trying to gain body temperature. So you
it's 80 here. Want some?
no thanks. No, you can keep all of your heat.
I'll give you 10.
Oh, yawn.
Wait, Rena, roll a luck die.
Ooh,
Okay.
Don't waste it.
it's
No.
the last luck die.
No, because it could be a
Still
10,
has.
because it's a 9,
It's the last luck die.
Could be a 10.
which could be very useful.
You want to roll it, Rena?
I need
or
both
you
of them
could
to
save it.
agree.
Or you could save it for Yondus in case something goes south when he's trying to switch stuff out.
Let's just save it. Let's save it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Unless somebody in chat
Wait.
wants to help us with some luck die.
Oh no, he's using the finger guns.
Daelric,
You
is there-
guys,
is
it's
there
been a
anyone-
while. It's been a while. These are literally from before.
no.
I don't think anybody's cashed in to give us luck die, so we are going off of stuff that was a while ago. It also supports Scott's channel, who's an amazing guy and does all of this planning and stuff for us. So like, it works out both ways.
Or I'm cold, Burr. So you guys are able to. That is not what I wanted to grab.
I-
And I think she did. Oh.
Oh, sorry, Steve. Apparently, you gave us turn the start. I appreciate that.
I think that's how we had the luck die.
Hey,
Nope.
Steve, now
Nope, you guys had two. Steve gave you one. That's why I had three. So I think you actually didn't go quite there. I think you went quite here.
I think Sinatra Girl cashed in some daddies.
I think that's what just happened. So maybe you could use the luck die now.
No, well, we're moving past that now. So, Tyler, you actually find out that not quite where you are, but if you head up the stream a little bit, you looking at the map, sort of. You think if you head up the stream a little bit, there is a bit of trees that are over there. If you guys ride hard and fast enough, you might be able to get there before they can even see you and literally drop a tree into the river. As long as you don't make it look too chopped, maybe they'll even think it was a natural thing that occurred. In theory, they'd be able to just kind of like wedge it out of their way and then continue sailing on past that. It's not something they have to straight completely like remove from the river. They would just have to turn it so it's the long ways on the river. But it would definitely slow them down, if not stop them for a while.
Ophios is gonna quickly whistle. It would sound like this. Gesturing at Rena, like waving his hand,
Hey, trying to get my.
and he's gonna point to the horses too.
With the tree and the horses.
He's just pointing to the horses after he got Rena's attention.
Oh, okay.
She's with them.
Are we
job.
not on the same?
No, you guys are not right near each other. So he's just
okay.
the horses.
Then I'll just So then I'm assuming he wants me to bring them over. So I'll just.
She just got everything tethered up. Just planned
I'll
it.
just be like, grab them.
And so
Just run over.
she picks up the horse over her shoulder and starts walking
Both-
over with it.
Both
Do you want
of
this?
them. Just
Full
here's your
sprint.
horse, sir.
So he's basically gonna tell Rena to ride to those trees, and he's gonna hopefully Rena's gonna try and slap the horse and have it run towards Ophios.
And if it runs away,
I guess a
Ophios-
handle animal check, sir. That's the
Yep.
tactic.
okay.
Can't-
Is that I have to roll that?
You're the one slapping the horse.
No, the horse.
No,
is
it'd be
going-
me.
It's slapped and running towards me.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
I have to do it.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I was just messing with you guys. So the horses,
Oh.
you gather up the horses, and what do you do?
I'm telling Rena to go towards the tree upriver. He's gesturing for that, and he just wants her to slap the horse so he can grab it and meet her up there.
Yep. That's fine. And what about Yondus?
I didn't
I went
say
to the
anything
river
him, so.
to perceive damage, so I'm away from them.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, you can clearly hear like there's a whistle, even though it's quiet
busy.
enough that the people on the boat down the stream won't hear it. You can hear it.
They
and you can see what
have
they're doing.
their thing. I have my thing.
So you're
I'm
staying
trying to
here,
get-
cool. So then, with
Yeah.
your perception check, I just need to know where it was you were making your perception check. So you let
Oh, I
them,
see, yeah.
you let them run off, and you stay here.
Yeah.
One of the things that you notice as you're kind of like walking around the river and looking at it is you actually do see, there's fish and whatnot, of course, in the river, whatever. But you're pretty sure you see markings and whatnot of other creatures that might live here. Yeah. You're pretty sure you see river eels. Now, river eels aren't necessarily large enough that they could eat you, but they tend to be very aggressive and certainly could
Territorial.
bite you. Yeah, they could certainly bite you. So, anybody who's swimming in the river might get bitten by eels or
If they see him or perceive him,
yeah, splashing in water will certainly but smell would have an effect. So
pass without a trace.
Correct.
I got to use that scroll.
correct. So you know that there's river eels in the water. Again, nothing that's necessarily going to endanger your life, but certainly can cause difficulties.
Kind of a boat is it again?
It is it's like a keel boat. So it actually uses a combination of wind and rowing to move.
Okay. So it's
Keel
not
boats
going
are
very fast.
aerodynamic. They actually do have like an underbelly and stuff like that.
Which means
Yeah.
a lot of eels might be going towards that boat because they're making a lot of splash.
Or being scared of it. Hiding. It's
Hard
a
to
big
say.
creature.
Hard to say.
Hard to say. You're not a druid, man. Should roll the druid.
I should-
So are you not a rogue anymore, Yondus?
No, I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay. Let me. I'll think of something. You guys go back. Camera pan back away, please. So I think.
Camera
Um,
pans back to Ophios and Rena.
Ophios reaches into his haversack, pulls out a potion of bull strength, and throws it at Rena. Says, "Drinks this and push down that tree or chop it down without showing trace. We need to block the boat and quickly."
She just like chugs it.
So he wants you to drink
Not
the
even
potion
cute, just like chugs it.
and just pull the tree down with it. No, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bare
You
hand.
have to injure it first, right? So you
Yeah.
drink the potion of bull strength. That gives you advantage on all strength-based checks.
Cool.
So you want to start grabbing. You want to start chopping this tree down. So for you, Rena, chopping down a tree is going to be just a strength check, and you get an
Okay.
advantage on this.
Okay, advantage and strength.
And you remove that potion, of course, from your character sheet.
I removed it from
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
I honestly think we should get bonuses if they're the exact same number.
And what if you roll the exact same number when it's disadvantage?
That's
He's
Scott.
like, well.
Scott. Scott.
Just
No,
saying.
I'm just saying D&D. I wish there was a system like if you roll doubles, it gives you like a +2 to whatever you roll or something.
We can play 3-man if you think your liver can handle it.
I don't know what that is.
I don't want to tangent too long. Short version is a 2d6 drinking game, and when you roll doubles, you hand out the dice, and if they then roll doubles back at you, you drink double the sum of the doubles.
Oh my god,
I-
that is
so down,
scary.
dude.
I've had double sixes rolled back at me, and since my buddy Nick and I, our rule of thumb is one drink is an ounce. That means 2 beers straight.
Yeah,
Chug 2 beers, like that's how it goes. So
that could be really dangerous.
every can or bottle is only 12 drinks. That's how we play our drinking games. So,
That's fair. That's the smart way to play.
well, it's a very drunk way to play. It's a not good for you way to play. But
Right.
I can't
But it
handle
could
it
be
nowadays.
worse. It could be worse.
Nowadays, I can't handle that. Nowadays, I'm
What's
like,
the smallest number die that we have? So it's like a 4.
a D4? You mean?
Like
Yeah.
D4.
There's a D2. Just flip a
No,
coin.
no, you play two.
Here you go.
You play 2d6 because everybody has d6s in Monopoly and Yahtzee and stuff like that. So no matter whose house you're at, you get d6s. So
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Well, anyway, does Rena successfully do that treat?
Yeah, how does it go? How do I do it?
So my
I just,
apologies
like,
with your
karate
21.
chop?
So you go over there, and
Just,
it's one of
like-
those things where you grab the tree and start pulling at it because you're like trying to make it not look like it's chopped down. So you're not stupid. You're like, okay, let me see what I can do. You grab the tree, start pulling at it. You're like, no, this is
Wouldn't
tough.
it be
tree.
easier to push?
You didn't think that you was going to come down that easily anyways. You're just kind of testing it. So you go over to the tree that already has a bit of a growing near the edge of the river anyways, and you just start like hacking way down at the roots. You know what I mean? You're not stupid. You want to make it look like it's not that bad. So you start hacking way down at the roots and just like trying to dig up the dirt and hack and hack. And you go over to the thing, like throwing your body at it. Oof! Throwing your body. Oof!
Body slamming.
You also have the
It's not
horse
really-
that could aid you.
It's not really working so well, so you eventually kind of go over, you hack away a couple more of the roots. Then you take a rope and you like tie it around I did like a whip noise. Tie it around the thing, and then you end up bringing that rope around a couple of the other trees nearby, so it almost makes like the rope acts like a pulley around the other ones. Tie it to the horse, and like to slap the horse, runs off, and you're like throwing your shoulder at the thing, and eventually the tree kind of splashes into the water, roots up into the air. The tree splashes down. Most of the branches are in the water, but the tree actually almost makes a bridge. I mean, it's not a very good bridge, but to somebody who's nimble, they could run across it if they wanted to get to the other side. Do you want the tree to stay like that as a bridge, or do you want it to be more into the water? Also, you have to get your horse.
Which one would make sense? This is just a canonic. Like, would it be more difficult if it was sunk more in the water, or would it be more difficult if it was across hitting the ground?
That's a really good question.
Because if it digs into the mud, I would think it would be harder if it's touching the other side. Plus, it could help Yondus.
You can imagine it being in the water would make it a little bit easier for them to then get it out of the way, because like it's already partially into the water, so they just have to make it a little bit straighter. So they could probably end the problem a little bit quicker if it's in the water. As for whether or not it makes sense for the attack, it also based off of how you want to attack them.
Okay.
I mean, the stream in this area, because it's like a thinner, as you can see on the map here.
Ophios would also mention quickly to Rena that if she could reinforce it to prevent it from being pushed out of the way in some way, to do that, and he would immediately ride his horse back to Yondus.
Okay. So Yondus probably already finished up what he was doing and was starting to head your way anyway, so you probably meet him part way. Either because he couldn't stay there too long, otherwise they're going to be on him. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, we're clear not attacking here. And so he would probably head back the other way towards you. So you guys would meet part way.
Yeah. So make sure you grab your horse and all of that.
Yeah. I imagine he would have. Yeah. One second, Messi. So it's up to you as to how you want to attack. You don't know if it being in the water or up as a bridge would be better or worse for attacks. That's up to you. Go ahead, guys.
I will leave that decision to Rena because Ophios left.
You said it'd take longer for them to move it if it wasn't in the water, right?
Correct. If you left it as almost like a bridge across from land to land.
Is there anything I can brace, like, I guess one side of it? Like behind it so that they wouldn't be able to see immediately, like when they go to like push it?
So on this side, it already has roots still attached to the ground. So it's already kind of braced in that sense. They would have to finish severing the roots if they want to push the side in. The other side is kind of much more loosely set over there. It's like I said, you have to be kind of a nimble person to cross over here. So that would be the side they want to move. How would you want to brace it?
I don't know. I was trying to think of like jamming something kind of behind it that they wouldn't something small enough but big enough to hold it like into the ground in between that, so that they'd have to like maybe
if a
almost
branch-
lift it to like be able
if you
to
had
move
a
it.
broken branch that somehow seemingly embedded into that ground.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it's coming off the tree or something.
She picks up a seashell and goes, "This'll do the trick."
Like that big.
You could potentially put a boulder over there and kind of like throw a boulder onto some of its branches or whatever that have already kind of collapsed over there. And that way they would have to spend time severing those branches or moving the boulder to do that. You are incredibly strong right now, so it would be not impossible for you to cross the bridge and maneuver a boulder like that.
Yeah, I might as well do that because I don't want to waste the rest of this potion. And the more that I can brace it, and so that it takes them longer to get through it, the better, I think.
Okay. So you are going to go over there and do that. Make me a check, please.
Is it athletics or is it?
She's going to make up. My apologies. It's cat in my face. It's much cat fur. Sinatra, I took care of you. So just now. So you are going to make an acrobatics to get across.
Acrobatics?
Daelric,
No, advantage or advantage?
I think it's normal,
advantage
but
or
it's
normal.
advantage.
Sorry.
Oh wait, I said Sinatra. Oops, I meant Snowell.
What did you say, Tyler?
I don't know. Snowall did something. Acrobatics is a dex, I think.
I was saying advantage or normal. Am I still on advantage because of the potion, though? Is that what we're doing, or no?
You are advantage, but not for acrobatics because that is a dexterity-based skill, not a strength-based skill.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I meant Snowell's taken care of.
did you say it was a 36-hour travel?
Correct, which is 4.5 days. Why?
Ooh, good
What
roll.
time did we leave?
4.5 days ago.
Yeah, what time of day was it?
Probably morning. So it's
So
like
it's
because it's springtime. It's probably late in the day,
So
early
it's getting
evening.
darker.
So
So
it's
it's
becoming
getting
dusk.
dark.
Yeah.
awesome.
You're also dealing with a Perrin though, so you know.
So Yondus,
Yeah, I know.
Ophios is going to hand you an invisibility, a couple of invisibility potions.
Shit. All right. This helps.
And he's going to pull out a scroll and gesture for you to follow him into cover. How long does Pass Without a Trace last, Scott?
It's a really good question. I honestly don't remember in this version. 1 second. 5e pass without trace.
I'll follow you.
That is a concentration up to 1 hour.
All right,
Concentration.
so with a scroll.
Now,
how does
is
that
pass
work?
without trace on your character a spell that's on your spell list? Tyler?
On my spell list?
Correct.
Let me check.
I don't believe it is, but confirm for me. Daelric is a boomer. So what? This is a Yondus Adeline.
This is my spell. Yeah.
So, what you
Say.
will
Say.
say? Apparently, my old eyes can't. I can't see that. I need my spectacles. Say what you will about Gen Z, but at least we don't lick our fingers to turn a page. Actually, my daughter, whatever generation you want to call that, literally licks her
Not
fingers
Gen-
to turn a page. She's
Not Gen Z.
she's younger.
Gen
How
A-
do boomers change the light bulb? They don't. They just keep talking about how great the old one was. Actually, I get annoyed at Brittany's parents, who are in their 50s, because they have lots of incandescent bulbs, and I eventually went out and bought a
hate
bunch of
them.
LEDs and changed them over
LEDs
for
are
them.
so much better.
Oh, I'm
Scott,
a million times better.
So much better.
Pass Without a Trace is only for Druid and Rangers.
Okay, so you can cast it, but you're going to have to make an Arcana check to be able to
Okay.
successfully cast it. There's
he
only
would-
one
he-
word you need to respond to a raging boomer, and that is okay.
Having seen Yondus do spells himself, he's going to consult with Yondus about and work with him on working with this spell. So whoever has the higher stat, I believe, would roll, and the other would assist.
Plus side and downside, whoever it is that casts this spell from the scroll is the one that has to concentrate on it. So if Messi needs to cast other spells, that require concentration, he better not be the one. So but on the flip side, you also, Tyler, might want to maintain your concentration for yourself so you can do things like, say, hex people and give them disadvantage.
That's why I was thinking about
why
that.
don't Messi check out his spells, you check out yours, and figure out what you want to do.
Yeah, Messi, what spells do you have
To have concentration.
that need concentration? Is message concentration?
Message is not.
Where would it say if it's concentration?
The spell info. Go on
Yeah, I'm
5e
looking.
tools and search spells and look.
Wait,
look
gets
up-
annoyed about light bulbs, but is a Patriots fan? What's the matter with being a Patriots
What?
fan and light bulbs? That makes no sense.
LED light bulbs are far superior to iridescent. That's just fact.
All right, so
Unless you're trying to sleep at night. Like,
Messi,
way
Would it
more
be
red
under
light.
duration? Would it be under duration?
it should say concentration on it if it's a concentration spell.
All right. Well, none of mine say that, so I think
So-
I'm good.
Yeah, how's your Arcana check?
I think mine's fairly decent. It's a
Yeah, because
zero.
mine.
It's a 0. Never mind.
All right, so
What's yours, Ty?
a 1.
I mean, they're effectively the same at that
Yeah,
point.
I'll try.
Yeah, and I'll assist. So would he get advantage on that, or?
How do you assist?
He's going to more or less kind of work through the scroll with you, try to figure out
Yeah.
like how to cast it, so on and so forth.
But we
which is
are in a
fine.
rush.
But it is going to take a few minutes for you guys to do that. If you want to assist him, it is going to take probably about 2 minutes for you to figure it out, as opposed to him just reading it. You're welcome to do that. You did ride away from there, but you also have spent time. You have probably about 6 minutes or so before they get here.
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's-
You
let's
assist me.
But this
Focus
lasts
on
for
it.
up to an hour, so.
Yeah,
All right,
so we'll
assist me.
focus on
Assist
it together, and then you'll drink your potion of invisibility. And I gave you
Which
3.
also lasts up to an hour.
I
Give me
gave you
2.
3 in case you need them. So if you have to take a
3?
violent action or something that happens
Okay.
to make you uninvisible, you can drink another one.
Cool.
All right.
So who's reading the scroll? It's Messy, correct?
I'm
Messi
reading the
is.
scroll. Yeah.
Perfect. Messy. If you, sir, please, sir, could, sir, roll, sir, that Arcana check with advantage.
Luck it.
Die.
Luck it. Luck it.
Do we have some?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, I'll do it.
You actually have been gathering some.
11.
So with your 11, this is what happens. You guys read the scroll. It takes about 2 minutes to do so. And then, nothing happens.
Fuck.
You failed, but nothing disastrous happened, which is good. Because if you failed by a lot,
That's fine.
Put 3 invisibility potions on
I
your
did.
character sheet.
I have them.
okay.
Okay.
So 2 minutes pass, and you realize, shit. Okay, it's getting dark, but we can literally see it approaching. Well, the good news is you're going to have to spend some time disabling this boat. So, disabling this what's it called? Log thing that's here, which I have to get to Reno in 1 second. Disabling this log thing here. You might, if you include the amount of time they're going to be wasting time moving this thing out of the way, you have more time to spare if you want to try to cast it again. Don't tell me what you're doing yet. Think about it for a minute. Cat, I do not want you inside of me. Go away.
I think we'd try to cast it again if we knew it. would
But,
work.
Rena, you make me the acrobatics check, which you did, to cross the bridge. And you did so successfully. On the other side. God, I'm so jacked! I'm brief! I'm
That's
not,
exactly how I sound.
yeah, I'm not a Lena. I'm Beef Rena. What's a beefaroni?
Beef arena.
Beef Arena, the mid-Atlantic treat. Whatever state you're in. So the flyover treat. So you get to the other side and you look around for a boulder or something like that get there. You think you find a boulder that's good enough. Smash boulder on branches. Roll for me a strength check with advantage to pick up and put down.
Wow.
All right. Oh, I always do.
Scott is Rafiki confirmed. Rafiki is in like Santisana Squash Banana.
Nice.
Like that
Another
guy.
21.
Well, oh, Jesus, Rena. So you go over and you pick things up and put them down in such a way to get to but then like roll me a perception check, Rena.
Yeah. Oh no.
This is where you roll 91.
Remember to take off advantage.
Normal. Right.
Hey, buddy.
Nice
Another-
again.
You're actually able to see this thing's
20 what?
approaching pretty early on. Because you notice it, you rolled high enough. Not only do you see it's approaching, you actually get the idea quick enough where you're like, I'm pretty sure if I can cross this bridge, if I don't screw up, I can cross back to the other side now before there's any chance of them seeing me. But if I wait or if I screw up, there's a chance that they might see me.
And that's another acrobatics.
Si, señorita.
That's a tough egg to boil.
Is it an ostrich egg?
It's a hard egg to boil.
Oh, lock it.
So you're like, screw it, I'm gonna do this. You hop on the thing and immediately as you step foot onto it, it starts like cranking. You're like, I gotta go. You take 2 more steps and the whole thing starts to shift. Luckily, the branch, the boulders you put on the branch stops the thing from completely sliding off because of your big old booty trying to cross that thing. But are you happy with your 6?
You said luck it?
Just
You
fall.
could luck it.
Just
I
fall?
don't,
You have
I
3
don't
left.
know. I don't know what the DC is. You
Just
could
fall.
potentially get a 10, but it's highly unlikely.
Yeah, I'll just fall. I don't want to waste a luck die because I don't think
Fall
it's
in the
going
water?
to be high enough. I guess so, yeah.
Cool. So you're like ah! you fall into the water.
Exactly it.
And kerplunk into the water because that's the noise that water makes. And you fall into the water
Pow.
and start kind of like splashing around, trying to swim to get your. Luckily for you, you're a brilliant swimmer right now.
I was going to say, do I know how to swim? Like,
I certainly hope so. You spent all
Should
that time
know.
by that lake, so you can actually roll an athletics check with advantage because.
ooh.
Yeah.
Thanks, bull potion.
Yep, that's why I brought it.
Thanks for not selling that one. Oh, and a 22.
Hey.
Jesus. So with that 22, you're easily able to like, I know where I need to go, and you're just like, big arm, like what's his face? What the hell's his name? Michael Phelpsing and across the river, like,
Oh my God.
which Tyler also looks like. So you're Michael Phelpsing with
I don't have big
all-
ears.
All white people.
you
look
can't
the
see
same
that. You're
color.
covering them with your pink beanie, so, and lots of hair. So you're Michael Phelpsing across the river to get away. When perception check for me, Rita?
Oh, God.
A big eel bites your toes.
Normal perception.
Take 600 damage.
Do you hear that,
yes!
princess? That is the
God.
sound of the screeching eels. The noise that grows louder as they get closer.
Go faster. Swim faster.
Wait, how are they making noise
I'm just like-
underwater?
Jesus, that's what it sounds like?
My
Sinatra,
cat's
name that reference.
Cat.
You hear me, Sinatra? You name that reference, please. I'm waiting for it. Go ahead, Sinatra. Where's the screeching eels from, Sinatra? You know why I'm bringing this up, too.
I'm going to show you guys something really cool, but I got to stand up. Hold on.
Wait, so what? Okay, so we're waiting.
I mean, I am for my own entertainment, but you can continue.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just swimming for my life.
Wait.
To the other side.
Sinatra missed it. She didn't.
She
hear the
said, "Let me
noise, the
clip."
Screeching eel.
Oh, shut up, Neil. So, you, Rena.
Neil, get out of here.
You're swimming across, and you actually hear. So you don't hear anything, but you do see like things splashing and making their way over towards you. It seems as
And
though
she outswims them.
being
She
in the
outswims
water
them.
is not a very
no.
good thing. Luckily, you are a very, very powerful swimmer and are able to get across to the other side pretty darn quickly. Need you to make one final check for me, in theory. It's going to be an athletics check to climb up the other side. You still have advantage because you still have a bull strength potion on you.
But that's. Oh, you said
with
athletics.
advantage.
Just kidding. Sorry, I thought you said acrobatics.
You do have a bit of a struggle climbing up the other side. I mean, you're completely soaking wet. Are you wearing armor? You're wearing armor. Completely
Yes.
soaking wet, wearing armor, climbing up slick rocks and everything. But luckily it's a river, so it's not like it's a cliff face or something super tall. It's a bit of a struggle, but you are able to get out the other side, but not before the extremely territorial eels choose to leave their mark on you. Roll me a reflex saving throw.
Dex save.
Dex save, thank you.
I'm like translating for you right now.
Thanks.
Oof.
Ugh.
The eels do actually reach out and bite into your leg. I mean, it is not a gentle bite. It literally bites and sinks in hard with its teeth. So it's a really strong
Teeth?
jaw. I'm like, oh, do eels have teeth?
Question
I honestly
mark?
don't
Eels
know.
eels have
I think they
teeth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
They have little
teeth.
fangs. They have little
Eels
fangs.
are awful. You ever see like what it looks like when people skin and cook eels? You ever see that on YouTube?
They were,
I've
stay on
eaten eel.
topic.
No. I mean, like if you kill an eel and you cook it, it like stays alive and like wriggles for like a long time. They're
Oh
awful.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
ugh. Moving on. So, you are, you bite. The reason why Rena, I need you to do one last thing. Because it bites you so hard and the boat is so close, there's a chance that your exclamation afterwards may be heard. I need a Constitution saving throw from you to not have your ah or whatever exclamation you make to be heard. To stifle
Okay.
it almost. Are you happy with your roll, Rena?
No.
Stick your head underwater and
Are you
scream.
gonna modify it with one of
Yeah,
your
I was gonna
three
say,
mini
can I
dice?
go underwater?
Actually, you can.
I feel like that's not
Oh,
a
that
good
sounds like a
decision.
bad
There's more
idea.
eels there.
Put your
Yeah.
face in the water where the eel's biting you.
True.
Can she bury her face into the mud?
Neil, we're definitely playing.
His face plant down on the freaking.
Motorboat the mud.
Do you want? Are you happy with your roll, Rena?
I don't want to give us away.
You can't get a 15 though, and I think that's the next level. It could be a 12.
It's
but I don't-
It's not always rounded numbers. That's just usually rounded numbers are pretty safe. It's like a safe tier. It's like you're there.
I mean, Arena, that's your choice. I think it's really important, but
Me too.
but
All right,
also- yeah,
I'm gonna look it.
Honestly, it probably could help us if we're trying to fake an attack.
not necessarily because we that's our distraction resort. We're hoping we don't
I
have to
mean,
do that. We could
she's
pretend
getting
to
eaten by
help
by
them.
eels right now. It's not the worst thing that could happen.
Save the
We go
princess in the
plan B.
water, covered in armor and
I'm just
weapons.
We're
saying-
doing a damsel in distress all of a
it's
sudden.
Covered
Oh
in
my God.
armor and weapons.
Yeah.
We're gonna-
Totally capable of saving
Murder,
herself.
babe. No, please save me. All these
have a giant
muscles
axe,
are
like-
just incapable of saving myself. She got bull
Can't do
strength
it.
potion on her. She's like,
Uh.
I can't pick myself up.
I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Do it. It's an 11.
Oh,
So
Cool.
you do
Damn.
bury your face inside the mud, and but it is loud enough that definitely the two of you heard that scream happening from back beyond where it was that you kind of like met up and are reading through scrolls. It's one of those things where for a moment one of you looks up and is like, "Did you hear something?" I think I did. But maybe nobody else heard anything past the two of them.
okay, that's good.
Rita, you eventually clamber yourself back up onto the shore. Your leg openly bleeding.
Just bleeding out,
Your
like-
your face and hair covered in mud. Your whole body completely soaking wet. But luckily, it's not winter anymore, so hypothermia is not exactly a concern. I don't know why I
Okay.
We
saw
also
that
have the
map.
potion of endure elements that could help you later, just so you know.
How much damage you-
And so you guys are there or whatever. And now the two of you are going to try once again to finish that. Ooh, wrong one. You guys are going to try once again to try to finish that potion.
What is
Or
the
not-
what
It's
does
not
the
that
scroll
potion,
do?
that scroll. My apologies. That
What
scroll.
does the scroll do?
Pass without a trace. It makes you so you have no smell and you won't leave like scratch marks or anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. You
like
don't leave
footprints?
tracks across. Yeah, exactly. So why don't you roll me again your Arcana check to attempt to do this, sir?
With advantage.
With advantage. 4 rolls and
Hey,
a
are you happy
14.
with your 14, or do you want to modify that, sir?
I would.
You
much
still
happier.
have 2 luck dice, so
I'm happy
use
with
it.
the 14. I'm happy with the 14. I'm not gonna do the luck die.
No, because last time we lucked it and got a 10. I feel like 15 is a good round number.
It could be 14, sir.
I
You don't
think
know.
should
it could be
use
higher
it.
than that.
Could be 16, but
Could
I'm
be
gonna
higher
stick
than
with
that.
14.
Okay. So with your 14, the spell, as you finish reading it, does nothing.
I told you. Gosh darn it! Why don't you listen to me?
It's fine. I'm just gonna say screw it, and I know the boat's already way too close to try again, so I'm just gonna take my invisibility potion now and just jump in the water.
There's also a log you could run across. Ophios would have told you that you could also try jumping from the log to the boat if they try and use the boat.
Oh, sweet. Then I'll do that. Yeah. Thanks for letting Yondus know.
You kind of like inform him or whatever. You're gonna take your invisibility potion. I think it's the only potion you took. Yes.
He has
Yep,
two
that's
more
what I'm
of
taking.
those, but yeah.
Did you want the cat's grace potion too? Because I think you have those in your pocket there, buddy bear. Pal.
Yeah, you have those on you, don't you?
He does.
Yeah.
Did you want a cat's grace potion too, buddy pal?
Do I have one?
It gives
on
you
your
advantage
character
on
sheet.
dexterity-based checks.
Okay. Why not?
And you might have to pick a lock, so do it.
Okay.
Okay, so you drink a cat, which I think those last for what, 10 minutes? Those potions, as opposed to an hour.
I didn't know I had one.
Give me 1 second. Ability, is that in here? Enhance ability. The spell lasts for up to an hour. So I think the potions last for 10 minutes.
Okay.
That's
Sounds
how the
good.
potions last, because the spell's an hour or whatever. So yeah, for 10 minutes you the invisibility potion. I can't remember. Invisibility potions in 5e. How long do those last for?
They're 1 hour.
Are they?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Either that or I'm pretty sure they're 1 hour.
Let me just double check it really quick. The potion of invisibility. You're probably right. Oh, it is for up to an hour. So I guess yeah. So I guess if that lasts for an hour, then also the other one would. So Cat's Grace also lasts for an hour. So you're good, boyo. So yeah, you are able to drink both potions, turn invisible, have advantage on your
How do
dexterity
they
checks.
taste?
Good question. So the invisibility potion, which you drink first, is one of those ones where it's like very cold. Like it doesn't feel cold when you're holding it, but then when you drink it, it literally sends like ice down your spine. It literally gives you like a shiver. Like you know those a shiver like if you're just sitting there and you're having a conversation with somebody. And
Like
you
a
get
cold beer.
yeah, like one of those like uncomfortable shivers. Like people are looking at you like, "You all right, bro?" You know, one
Oh,
of
I see what you're
those.
saying.
And that's literally the last thing Ophios sees and probably says as you fade from view. Then you open the next
Did you
one.
leave Ophios the scroll just in case?
Which scroll?
The pass without a trace?
Oh yeah, I didn't take it with me. I'm not jumping in the water holding a scroll.
And you drink the other potion, and it literally tastes like what a very, very dirty litter box smells like. Like,
Great.
oh, it has that like
Used to it.
like ammonia taste to it, and like just like it tastes dirty and vile. Even though litter hasn't been invented yet, it tastes like litter. You know, like
It's not
It's
invented.
like little grains in there.
it's like blah. Like that shit smell mixed. Blah. Like you drink this potion and it just like turns your stomach as you take it. And be like,
I can tell you're really enjoying being a new cat dad.
God, I hate cats.
It's
So anyways,
like Scott. What the...
Neil would know. So you make your way to over where that tree had been knocked down, and you're kind of like jogging up to it because I imagine you're not on your horse anymore. You're jogging up to it as the boat's approaching, and the boat starts giving commands like, "Whoa, slow down! There's something in the way! Something in the way! That tree looks like it could have been knocked in our way. Everybody, prepare for an ambush!" And obviously, they get their guards up and they're all looking about and being prepared. Ophios, you had already pulled yourself back and out of view well enough with the horses, his and yours. So you're pretty good out of view. Why don't you roll me a stealth check with advantage? But because obviously you want to be able to see them and hear them. But you're not dumb. You're pulling out of view. Okay. You feel pretty confident in your results because the DC for you is set at one pace because of what you were doing. Rena, you're covered in mud, completely saturated.
Yeah,
and,
does he see me
bleeding.
or like where am I?
You
Just jog
have
past
time.
and look over and I'm just like bleeding out over here or what?
You have time to adjust yourself or whatever. Yondus, you come jogging up. Make me a perception check, Yondus.
Yes, sir. Do I have advantage? I'm just kidding.
Yondus, you probably don't really notice her directly. Rena, you obviously also need to kind of get out of the way as you finally like pull yourself up, and, out of the mud. are able to kind of like look around, look down at your leg, like, ah, shit. Grab something, maybe tear your shirt a little bit. Stop. And bandage up your leg where it is. And
How much damage did she take?
No actual damage. It was more just like an ow and like blood. It was a.
Tis
more
but a
situation.
flesh wound.
And are able to kind of like stand up and make your way with your horse trying to hide as well. You're gonna have to roll me a stealth check with disadvantage.
Oh, great.
Trudging through the mud, dripping water everywhere, bleeding.
Just girly things.
She rolls 2 20s. She's Rena. God damn it! She rolled 2 20s!
What? Oh my god!
Please, somebody
Wait a
clip
minute.
that.
Please
Somebody
clip
clip
that.
that.
Oh my god!
He needs to get a bonus for that. Scott.
Wait a minute.
Give her like she finds.
It's already-
Yeah,
It's
Rena,
over
you know
a
what,
magic
Rena? You
item.
get, what's that called? What's that thing called?
Oh,
Influence,
my God.
advantage? What's that thing called? I hand them out so infrequently, I don't remember what they're called. You get inspiration, Rena.
Oh, inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration.
Amazing.
So what you do is you can use it to get advantage on any roll. Click the
Oh,
the square next to inspiration on your character.
Yeah, you get the
Thank
little
you,
icon on
thank
it.
you.
I just want everybody to be clear. Like, Rena clearly is the queen of Aurorum. Okay, like let's just be clear. Like,
Oh my god.
it doesn't matter. Whoever the female is that is a part of the next campaign, that poor young lady, whoever she may be, is going to be up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. They're going to roll horribly every time. And as it stands right now, just Neil is your king. So, bad news is he's British. Good news is he's easily your bitch. So be prepared to pants that relationship. So, moving on. You do not notice Rena as she ghosts as she steps up and is like, I'm uncomfortable with the situation.
Just whoosh. Just gone.
What is it, Kerrigan? She Kerrigans the situation. That's an old school reference. So she is gone. You come approaching. Messy, you probably notice like what the hell happened here? Like on the ground. And then you go walking across the log. You're invisible. Could you roll me with advantage a acrobatic check, sir? Beautiful. So you easily are crossing the wooden area and staying to the middle where you think there's a good setup. So the guards spend time as they roll up. They're like paranoid at first, looking for an ambush. They don't see an immediate ambush. They send one guard, like scouts, because they don't have an infinite number of them, off either side of the boat. You know what I mean? They drop like a plank off one side, let a guard out, drop a plank off the other, then pull it back, drop it off the other side, get out, and start like looking around, trying to see where it is that this ambush might be, trying to actively scout for people. Luckily for you, Ophios, even though your stealth check was lower, you're actually pretty far back from here, so you can see what's going on, but you're removed enough that they're not easily going to find you. They look around for a while and don't find either person on either side. Yondus, you're just clearly listening. Eventually, somebody goes over to the other side where it is that the tree is kind of anchored on either side, and one kind of calls out, it's like, I don't know, the roots look kind of ripped up over here. I mean, they may have been cut, I guess, maybe, but they look pretty ripped up. Maybe a storm knocked it down not too long ago. Somebody on the boat's like, I don't know, this tree's looking pretty green for it to be knocked up recently. I don't know any bad weather that came through here. Somebody else says, maybe it was a microburst. I mean, I'm specifically bringing it up because Scott learned what it was not that long ago in real life. So, DM knowledge. And the guy on the other side goes,
What are you talking about? Who's Scott?
the guy on the other side's like, I don't know. This branches over here conveniently wedged underneath this rock. Like, I don't know. And so they're pretty leery of the situation. But are just going to kind of move into upheaving this thing to get it out of the way. So they're keeping an eye out. They also let out one more guard on either side, so one person on either side could work to like move the boulder and chop down the rest of the roots and everything, and the other one can really look out for anything that's going to happen. They're not confident that this isn't an ambush. They're pretty convinced that it is. But they do need to get the boat even closer. so they can try to like utilize like the force of the boat itself and trying to like row backwards and everything to move the log, so the tree. So they get the boat close enough that Yondus, you're pretty sure you can drop onto the boat. To drop onto it is going to be an acrobatics check and a stealth check to plan on dropping it carefully and quietly.
And I have advantage on both of those.
You do. Coincidentally.
All right.
Sexy
Okay.
roll.
And this one I'm pretty sure I already know. Yeah.
So
That
you
one,
drop
though.
on pretty quietly. Nobody seems to notice that you landed on just kind of like land on the boat. Nobody hears you. Nobody seems to notice. You can now start picking your way across the boat, trying to get to where it is that the stuff is stored. Now, keel boat, if you're not very familiar, they're not very large boats. You know that the stuff is going to be stored under deck because that way it's not, fucked with. You know what I mean? That way the weather doesn't like rain on it or splashing, hitting it or whatever. So it's pretty easy to do. You also know that aside from maybe the rowers coming above deck to get some fresh air, everybody's going to be on the top deck anyways. Very few people are going to be down below. You have to make a stealth check to get your way through there. You easily pick your way through all the people on the top of the deck, which does include half of the 4 rowers are on top of the deck as well. Now, you're kind of like walking through the crew. Do you kind of like try to take a gauge of who's on this boat, how many of them, of what kind of jobs they do? Do you want to like make an investigation check or no? And you just want to go and find what's down below deck? Okay.
Second option there, please.
When you get down below deck, which you
Lining.
get there pretty quickly, picking your way through all of them, again, very quietly, very nimbly, doing so with that cat's grace in invisibility combo. When you get down below deck, you want to find out where the stuff is. It's pretty easy to find again, but roll me an investigation. This is a normal roll. You're not
Normal,
special.
Yep.
You
getting
easily find out where the stuff is being stored. There is a pretty obvious and plainly set into the only room below deck. There's one door that's set there, and it's not even locked. You just look around. You're like, oh, that's where the rowers are. That's where beds are. There's one door. You go over to it. Chickle. Open the door and look inside. Bam! There's the supplies they have for all of their stuff, as well as the crates that are clearly marked. There's literally crates to the left and a crate to the right of a single chest that's sitting there, and all of them are roped against the wall to make sure that, God forbid, the waters get choppy on the river, or if there's a storm or something like that, they don't get tossed around and opened up. It looks pretty plain and simple. You can get to it easily. Now, to open up these crates is going to be a bit of work. I imagine you have a crowbar with you to open the crates.
Are the crates all branded?
You know which crates. What do you mean? My apologies.
Like, did they all have the same sigil on them? Like they're all.
Oh,
going to the
yeah.
same
They
place?
have like a small little mark, not the mark of. Sorry. No, my apologies. The crates.
They're the mark of Peredhel.
You have the mark of Peredhel on them, not the mark of the. That's what I meant to say. Not the mark of the. That's what I'm saying. Apologies. Not
Okay.
the mark of the hand people on there. So they do have just the Pered mark on them, which, in case you don't remember, it's like the triangle and a triangle and a triangle.
Right,
So
yeah.
you go over there and you're gonna have to like crowbar open the crates and you have to pick the lock on the chest to open those up.
How
Yeah.
how do they plan on getting these crates and chests out of here? Is there a door that like leads to the water that they were going to use?
It's the
Are they
same
gonna-
door you just came in.
Yeah, same door you walked in that would lead.
They're
to
going
the
to carry
same
all the
stairwell.
crates.
Yeah, they're carried
out
up.
that
Yeah,
one door. Okay.
That's normal.
Okay.
So you transport goods out and off of ship.
Just checking. Relax, guys.
Brr, cold.
There's no way I could use the scroll of pass without a trace when I can't see him, is there?
No.
Yeah.
I think it's a touch. So anyways, you're gonna have to roll me a thieves' tools check to open everything.
With
Okay.
Dex,
Now,
with
do you,
advantage.
I don't know. Do you have a crowbar or no?
Yeah, I was just checking.
comes
I
in the
do. I do
thieves'
have a
tools.
crowbar.
Okay, good. Because if you do, no, it doesn't come with thieves' tools. Because
Well, I
if you
have a
didn't have a
burglar's
crowbar,
pack.
yeah, okay,
I have a
burglar's pack
burglar's
does.
pack.
I was gonna say you would have disadvantage if you didn't, but you do. So, funny enough, thieves' tools is going to be dexterity based for the chest,
Oh,
but
awesome.
not dexterity based for the actual crates.
Well,
the chest
weren't we
first.
just putting the ingots in the chest?
No, the gold is in the chest. The ingots are in the crates. So the
Oh,
chest
so we-
itself is going to be thieves' tools with advantage. You can roll that.
with Dex?
Correct. And advantage, correct.
Hey, a 20. Look at that.
What's that D6?
Huh?
Why did D6 pop up?
I don't see a D6.
Oh, I got 2d20 and a d6. Then natty 20 means you literally walk over, you look at this lock, and you're just kind of like, huh, I know this make. And you literally, because you practiced it with your backgrounds, you go over to it and you literally pop it open like butter.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, it was
It's as
literally,
if you had the key.
yeah, right? And you literally just pop the thing open.
I am the key.
Not even an issue. The crates, however, are going to be strength-based, and you do not have advantage. One check will cover both crates.
So normal, just a strength roll then?
Normal thieves' tool strength.
That sucks. Before I do that, let me see if there's anything I can do to help myself out with spells. Nope. Awesome. Okay. Let's pop this bad boy open, Yondus says as he prepares himself for failure. How'd I do?
So you go over there and you're trying to open the crate, and it's kind of like one of those. Not you making the noise, but like the crate itself creaking, like. And you finally kind of like making that like cracking noise of the wood as you. I don't know if you've ever like removed the wood they put in the bottom like an appliance that maybe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? And that wood like creaks and cracks and that finally like pops or whatever. It makes a considerable amount of noise.
Yeah, I figured it would.
As you're doing this. Roll me a perception check, sir.
Okay.
Oh.
Typical Yondus fashion.
Do you want to modify that roll at all?
No, I don't.
So you don't
think
really
there's
hear anything. You just kind of like
good.
working on this crate, so on and so forth. It's not really popping. Do you want to try it again?
You said it was all roped down, right?
They're roped against the wall, yes, just so they don't move. But it's not like they're roped to the point where you can't open them. They're just meant to like not move.
If I cut the ropes, would that make it any easier to open these?
We're trying to make it look like it's not tampered with. That's the only
I
thing
know.
on this.
I know, but I'm also crowbarring a crate open, so.
Yeah, but you can always knock it back shut again. That's not a big deal. You can definitely do that. I was just looking to see what your cantrips were, see if you had mending or something like that. You do not.
I used to.
So Scott, dominate animal.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
You legitimately, the animal is now your bitch. They do your every command.
No, but how close do I have to be to it?
Oh, Google it. Google dominate animal. Find it.
Realized you couldn't hear me. Never mind.
Oh, were you muted?
I had an accident. Yeah. I said, what a weird thing to use on Yondus.
Oh. Still funny. So, Yondus, what do you do? Keep working on the crates?
Try again.
60 feet,
If at first you don't succeed,
and it only
try,
lasts for
try.
1 minute. And I'd have to see it. I want to be able to do that to the eels.
All right. Giannis is going to crack his knuckles. He's going to stretch a little bit and be like, the problem was that it wasn't warmed up. And he's going to go back
Use
in
your.
He starts
Can
doing
you
jumping
use something to
jacks,
use your
shadow
leverage or
boxing to get the
something?
blood flowing to his biceps and triceps and deltoids. What's up?
So
I was gonna say, is there any way he could give himself a little bit of an edge, like wedging himself or
don't worry about it. Giannis got
lockpick
this.
pulling the nails
He's
out?
giving himself that edge. Don't you worry.
Giannis got it. Don't worry about it.
Boom!
Hey, what did I say?
Boom, baby. So he starts going over and ripping or pulling and pops open the crate or whatever noise it would make. Goes up to the other one, and the second one does not do all that creaking, obnoxious noise. It actually pops open easily. Pops open so easily with so little noise, you even hear the door open behind you. As all of a sudden, one of the rowers is like, oh, what the? And looks in as he watches literally a crate open without seeing anything opening it.
Is he Perrin?
Actually, no. He's human.
He's human?
Yeah, he's like short human, kind of stocky.
Does he look like a rower, or does he look like?
Oh, definitely a rower.
I really appreciate you throwing me that bone there. I'm gonna cast sleep on him.
You go right ahead. Yeah,
Level
sleep.
1.
There's a somatic component, of course. So it's like Vorshna Pakala, nighty night.
And
Does
a
he have
pinch
to do
of
it
cricket.
loudly, or is it?
I don't know. Cast sleep so we can see the components, sir. It doesn't show us
Oh.
the components, but that's great.
Here, let me show you the components. I'm gonna cast it regardless, but what? Where is it?
I said
I don't
somatic.
have-
I meant vocal. I want to see if there's a V.
Wait, where's the-
Show me your V.
There's a V. There's a V.
Okay. So Vorshna Pakala.
I thought V was for visual.
No, for verbal.
Oh.
Where's the-
Somatic
I wanna make it
is
show up in the chat.
motions and material is items.
I can't put- I can't
Okay,
put
so
it there.
anyways, let me just make my what's the DC to the spell, sir? You know what, never mind. I got a
It's
9.
the HP points.
I got a 9, so I failed my will save. So he passes the fluff out. So actually, I don't think there is a will save. I think you're right. It is just the
I don't
HP.
think
So.
so.
Even it doesn't matter. Either way, it works. He passes out, and you're like, you cast a spell, and all of a sudden you see your fingertips starting to appear again, and all of a sudden your wrist and your arm, and you're like,
Oh,
Shit! Chug another potion. I have 2 more.
it's like you have potions for a reason.
I'll chug another one.
so you drink a potion, and
And while I'm drinking the potion, I'm gonna run up to the man I've just knocked unconscious.
Shut the door.
All right. Is there anyone else, or is it just this one man?
just as one man.
All right, great. I'm gonna close the door very quietly.
Yep. With him in it or out of it, because he's in the
No,
doorway.
I'm dragging him. I'm dragging him in the room. with
Okay,
me,
cool.
Closing the door quietly.
Yep.
And I'm gonna drag him over to very carefully, as to not wake him. And I'm just gonna put him right down next to the crate I just opened up.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm gonna
He
start
sleeps for
taking all
what,
the
1 minute?
I don't know. I'm gonna start taking shit.
Okay. So which you doing?
You got to take the stuff out of the bag first, and then put the stuff in the bag.
Yep. So first you have to take 400 pounds of iron ingots out of the bag,
And I only
which
have
is
1
40
minute.
of them, right? And then once you get them out, then you have to empty
Okay,
the
wait.
stuff that's in the crates
Wait.
into the bag,
Okay,
and then you have
wait,
to take
wait.
the stuff that you pulled out of the bag and put it into the
Shit.
crates. And
I
that's
forgot we
that's
had a
step
minute.
one.
Hold on. I forgot we had a minute. All right. I'm gonna
Takes a dagger, puts it against the guy's temple, and goes.
tie him up.
Okay.
How long does that take? Oh shit.
So dragging him into the room is a couple of maybe 10, 15
Yeah,
seconds.
you should just
shut
tie
the
him up
doors a
and gag him.
moment. Then you can tie him up. Yep. Okay.
You got to gag him though.
And I gag him with more rope.
If you use a ball gag, it
I don't have a
gives
ball gag.
Rayrin a +1.
Well, Raven can get that +1 regardless, but I don't have one.
Okay.
Damn it. This guy better be quiet. I'm stressed. Okay. Alright, now that he's all gagged and tied up, I'm imagining he's going to wake up soon, but I don't really have the time to care. I'm going to
Okay.
start putting all the iron in there.
So sure. So what he's gonna watch is literally as he wakes up, he's seeing iron.
No, I faced him the other way. He's facing...
No,
I had it turned
leave him
upside down.
facing you. He'll be really confused.
He can turn back and see. He's just like what was it, like caterpillar around. See iron appear out of nowhere as you pull an ingot. Maybe you should drink a bull strength potion, Wiki. I mean, this is a lot of heavy lifting for you. This is you doing some kettlebell workouts. So you have a 400 pounds slowly pulled out of your bag of holding and put onto the ship. A ship would notice 400 pounds appearing on it, but not so much that people would feel it like drift because it happens gradually, right? Then slowly you go into the crate and you start grabbing everything that's on the crate and very slowly pulling it into the thing. Now, looking at the stuff that happens to be in the crate, what you notice is it's actually certain types of wood and like planks are put inside here. You notice that there are also sheets of metal, but not in ingots like this, like also made in almost like a plank-like format, put inside here. You also notice there's lots of different types of cottons and whatnot, but like big, like rolls, like spools of cottons, where you can imagine them making clothing.
That's helpful because that's lighter than ingots.
Yeah. So it's like all this different stuff that's being sent to them, as well as like certain types of like liquor and whatnot are being sent to them as well.
Oh, I'm taking that for sure.
So there's like all sorts of supplies that were being sent to them. are what you're taking out of the crates. Then you slowly, one at a time, pick up those big 10-pound ingots, and you
A
put
wooden
them,
crate full of wooden crates.
putting them 200 pounds in each side, and finally sealing the crates back up. The whole time, this guy's watching like, what the hell is going on? And then you finally get to go over to the chest. The chest itself, you're able to open up. And inside, you do find there's a considerable amount of... It's actually not a lot of gold, though there is some gold inside there as well. It's actually mostly silver that's inside there. You don't know if there's a significance to it or not. But there's a ton of silver that you're able to pull from the chest. Some gold that you're able to pull from the chest and pour into your bag of holding. But also some gems as well. Important to note that all of the gems that you happen to find are either ruby or emerald. You don't know much about gems. You just know they're green and they're red. So
I'm a noble.
Yeah, you're a noble, but you don't know gemology or anything like that. So you see red and green stones. So like, these are rubies and emeralds. And you grab them and you dump them into the bag. What do you put inside the chest in its place? Anything or nothing?
Other than all the iron?
That was going in the crates.
Oh, in the chest that was full of gold.
Correct.
I'll put this guy.
Completely legit. Okay, you take the guy and you put him inside the chest. So he's like, all of a sudden he feels himself being lifted up. Now technically, because he's not an item, he's an object. Picking him up and carrying him, I imagine, would be something that would end in invisibility for you. Just to be clear. So by picking him up, because it's almost like a form of grappling, it's kind of an attack. You know, it's, again, I imagine picking up a conscious person and moving them while you're invisible would end the invisibility. So you pick the guy up, and as you're picking him up and carrying him over,
which he shouldn't be far away. He said he was right next to the crate. Correct.
It's literally, this is a very tiny room. So just literally pick him up, turn around, walk 3 steps, put him in. And these aren't 3 big steps either because he's heavy.
Yeah.
So as you're putting him in, you can literally see your arms are visible as you're putting him into the crate. And he's looking up at you like, what do you do next?
That's fine. He's in the crate. He's in the chest.
Yep.
All right. Do I have any? Hold on. I want to do something, but I think it's going to take too long, and I don't really have time, so I'm not going to do it.
Neil is saying you guys are such muscleheads. Neil, why are they muscleheads?
Okay. Daelric.
Please.
I'm going to...
Uh-oh. Are you going to trade 10,000 souls to overcome your problems?
I'm not Thanos.
Okay.
I'm good. Damn it.
He snaps.
I'm going to cast. I'm actually gonna open the chest back up because I had an idea.
Oh, I didn't think you closed it yet.
Good. Okay, the chest isn't closed. Great. So I have the guy in the chest, and I'm gonna cast Charm Person on this man.
Okay, lasts for a minute. You are visible.
Hour.
So you look at him.
It lasts for an hour.
Sure, an hour. You cast Charm Person.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm going to use the saving throw that I rolled beforehand because
oh, awesome.
It didn't apply before, so 9 he fails.
Okay, great. All right, and I'm going to cut him free.
Okay, so there's like, what the, what are you doing? Yeah, okay. What are you doing?
Bro, listen, here's what's happening, man.
I have no idea.
All this stuff was stolen. I got to give it back to the guy who had it, dude. Someone on your boat is a traitor.
What?
All right? Yeah, I'm not kidding, dude. All right, look. So you can't tell anyone I was here. You gotta help me. You gotta help me cover this up. Because if my boss finds out that I was caught here, bro, I'm never gonna be able to do this again. And I love my job.
All right. Well, what am I supposed to do?
Dude, You know what would be actually really helpful if you could do this for me?
Whatever you say, Floridian.
Can you, first of all, good guess. Second of all, can you run upstairs to your captain and tell him, can you tell him that someone you really don't like paid someone to steal all this stuff? Just anyone.
I don't
Dude,
really
that's
like
against what we want to do. You're literally
Shut up.
telling them stuff was
Shut up,
switched out.
Tyler.
What the hell are you
Shut up,
doing?
Tyler. Shut up.
I don't like my captain.
Oh, even better. Can you start a mutiny? We can get rid of this guy, and then you can be captain. I'll help.
No,
I'll help you, man. I'll help you.
How?
Look, I have this bow and I have these daggers. I can help you, man. I can be some muscle. We can go talk. See what we can do. I mean, come on. If you don't like the captain, and you're obviously a strong guy, there's probably lots of strong guys here that.
How many daggers you got?
Let me see.
Check my character sheet. Hold on. My inventory says. Hold on, group. Ah, there we go.
Two.
Well, there's 4 of us. Well, 6 rowers in total. We'd need more than 2 weapons if we're all gonna try to escape.
What about you guys don't have anything on the boat you could use?
An oar.
An oar. What a better symbol of mutiny than the tool they make you use.
Yeah, an oar's not really wieldy. It's pretty long. It's a river oar.
You're right. Let's think of something else. There's got to be something else. I'm gonna pull out. How long were those sheets of metal that were in there?
They were about like 10 inches wide by 10 inches wide by about 1.5 feet, so about 18 inches long. By about a half-inch thick.
Let's just. What if we start a fire? I have some oil.
Oh, a fire and 2 daggers could get some trick done.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's a really good idea.
Yes.
I'm glad you thought of it, man.
I don't know though. It seems kind of dangerous. Persuasion check.
Messi, what are you doing?
This wasn't part of the plan.
This is very much against what we wanted to happen. They're going to obviously suspect stuff was taken, which is not going to cause the problem we were trying to do.
He's like,
But I'm having a great time.
He's like, start a fire when they come to investigate, stab them, and then when they send more to investigate, why they stab them too. And by that time, with 4 dead, there's 6 of us, even with an oar. All right, give me those daggers and that oil.
I gotta have one for myself, man. Can you do it with one?
The fuck's the matter with you? How are 2 of us going to stab people if we don't have daggers?
You're right. And then I'll hand him a dagger.
The 2 daggers?
Yeah, I'll hand him both.
Okay. I need that oil too.
And I'll hand him the oil.
Sorry to be a pain. Do you have any flint?
I have a tinderbox.
You'd have flint.
I have flint.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? That's how you set a fire.
I'll give him flint. I'll give him flint.
Do you have any food too? Because like I'm starving.
Dude, look, we gotta go. I don't have a lot of time.
All right. Well, I guess I can have all the food I want when I'm drinking their blood. Maybe too far.
No, I love that energy. Great energy. All right. So I'm gonna head out.
Hey!
You do that.
Before you leave, can you go and get Steve?
Yeah, I can get Steve for you. Which one's Steve?
He's like 5'9", kind of like a nice looking guy, wispy beard.
There's only one problem, man. I gotta get back to my boss like right now. Shit.
We'll just send him down because we can't do this alone.
Man, it's gonna take me too long to find Steve. I really gotta go. Tell you what, give me the oil, and I can make that distraction for you. You can find Steve while the distraction's going on the other side of the ship. What do you think?
All right.
All right, awesome. And I'll take the oil back.
So he climbs out of the chest, and you guys leave.
Yes, but I'm gonna take an invisibility potion.
Okay.
I'll take my last one.
He takes an invisibility potion, and you start walking away. He's like, hey, where'd you go?
Perfect.
Okay. And you start making your way back upstairs. Roll your stealth check.
I'm gonna go right to where the rowers were.
Which is just outside this door.
Great. So I'm gonna go into the middle of where the rowers are.
Okay.
I'm gonna light a fire.
Okay. So just dump the oil on the ground.
That's an aggressive action. You just lost your invisibility.
Not an aggressive action. To dump
He's
oil
not
on the
attacking.
ground?
He's not attacking anybody.
I'm not attacking anyone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep. So so you light the fire.
Great. I'm gonna run.
Okay. And then you turn. You start booking it out of there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's still a stealth roll.
Perfect.
Okay. So roll your stealth check exactly.
Okay. Do I have advantage still?
Wait, are you
for
actually
being
running?
invisible? Well, not.
Well,
not
he
if
would
I
have
use
advantage from invisibility and from the other thing. So
Yeah. But there's no such as double. It's +5 advantages and +1 disadvantage equals normal.
Okay, I got time, I think, to get off this boat because I just got to get off, like jump off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too worried about getting back.
So roll your stealth.
Okay, so I won't run.
Okay.
Then. All right. So I have advantage, right? Just to clarify.
Classic rogue move. On discovery, you murder everyone brutally.
It's not. It's all right. All right, I'm gonna do my stealth check. You good? You
Okay.
good?
Okay.
Everything's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah!
You
Yes.
easily make your way out of there without anybody noticing you.
Awesome!
Get
Fantastic.
all the way off the boat. All the way to the edge of the boat, and you have to decide how you're going to leave. Oh, you've got the perfect decision. It looks like the side that was cutting the roots has finished cutting the roots, and they're actually getting a plank and setting the plank up to put the plank over on that side. And they set the plank up, and right as the two people are kind of like, securing it over there, you just, right as they secure it, you hop up on the plank and just run across it as quietly and quickly as you can. And
Awesome.
just juke to the side right as the first person's taking their step on. And somebody else kind of like looks back in that direction of where you just kind of like rolled and are like lying on the ground, like look around for a second. Like, the other guy's like, what's up? I'm just still jumpy. Yeah, I thought it was something too, but apparently not. And they start
nobody on the
walking.
deck realized there's a fire below deck.
So as they're walking across the plank, somebody's like, "You smell that? Yeah, what's it? Oh shit! Fire! Fire!" And so somebody runs down below, and as soon as somebody's like, "Oh, what the f-" and then somebody else is like, "What the hell's going on there? We're being and people are like, "Not mutiny!" And they draw swords, ambush! And so people like start like reacting, they drawing swords, and people are running below deck. Others have like bows out at the ready, and like looking around for like where it is that somebody might, or more like crossbows, looking around for where somebody might be up looking to ambush them, but there's nobody out there. And Yondus still lying on the ground, kind of like rolls up and like.
If this boat sinks, Yondus.
And he's able to kind of like sit up and, go full, what do they call it now? Crisscross applesauce style.
If this boat sinks, all of that money and all of this effort was for nothing.
It's all in my sack.
And
Yeah, but it was about breaking the bond.
and so you're able to watch what transpires before you. So what ends up happening is they are very quickly able to kill the mutiny. This is like they have 2 daggers and there's no armor. They have swords and training. They kill
At
them.
least he got 1 or 2 of them. That's all I really cared about.
So the mutiny was resolved, and so they finished the
fire?
mutiny. They put out the fire. The ship does not sink, but it is severely injured. Mutiny is resolved. They're killed. So poor innocent people died, and
That's fine.
and they're able to finish moving the tree out of the way and moving it. You can't stay there that whole time because it takes them a long time to finish putting up the fire, calming things down, so on and so forth. But during the time that you are there, I imagine you were kind of listening in to see what was talked about or going on. Why don't you roll me a perception check? But because of your distance, roll with disadvantage, please, on this.
Okay. Disadvantage on a perception.
Tyler's like
check.
freaking out. He's like, "Why did you tell?" Oh, it's not bad for disadvantage.
That's
One of the things you hear them talking about is, yeah, I don't know. They mutiny. We kill them. Don't even know where they got the weapons from. They must have stored them somewhere. Yeah, these 2 weapons too. They're very well made. I mean, they're like perfectly crafted. And you see the mark on them? Like, these aren't just regular daggers. These are
those are worn. I've been using them for months.
These are very well balanced daggers that are like marked, made by some. Yeah, we'll look into who it is that made them. We'll make sure that they pay for sending their assassins here. And did you notice the chest? Open and empty. I know. But listen, it's just gold. We have the supplies for them. We'll let them know that there was a mutiny. They must have siphoned the gold. It's not in the riverbed. They probably were slowly throwing it out the back of the ship as we went. Fuckers. But
Exactly.
we'll just send word back. We need more gold.
That's exactly what happened.
We'll bring them. We'll bring them their supplies. They'll be happy.
My God, I thought for sure you were gonna ruin that.
Dude,
entire
you gotta
plan.
relax.
He left the chest wide open. Like, we'll just hopefully this works. You know. Hopefully it does.
I covered up everything else and left the chest wide open. Why would they think the crates were tampered with too?
Sure, everything is going to work out just fine. 100% is going to work out
everything's
just
gonna be
fine.
okay.
Just fine. There won't be any loose strings.
Although the daggers
No
are
loose
completely
threads.
marked.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, man. It
Yep.
doesn't matter.
No loose strings. So you guys.
Why are you worrying about tomorrow's problems today? We talked about this.
Would Ophios have noticed, Scott, would Ophios have noticed that the boat things went
Yeah.
away from plane?
You could smell. You could see the smoke. You could smell the burning. All that stuff, of course. Rena, you would notice it before Ophios would. Ophios has a pretty fucking keen sense of smell. And eventually, Yondus would have to back off because his potion would be running thin, and so he'd have to back off. And eventually, the boat continues on down the river, and the 3 of you are able to join up together. Would you care to have words with one another before we finish the stream this evening? Do you want this to have some raw, natural emotion there, Tyler? Would you rather a week to let it simmer down before you approach this?
I might forget, so I kind of think we should dismount or mount our horses and start walking away. And we're gonna go slow. Ophios is gonna have words with Rena before Yondus meets up with us, kind of whispering to each other and be like,
Go ahead and do that.
"Is it just me, or did he goes against plans?"
Pretty sure fire wasn't part of the plan.
Yeah. I feel like make sure you get that bag of holding back from him before we talk.
I'll definitely do that.
All right.
Did anybody else think that he was going to leave like the mark of the other guild in a corpse? It's like, anybody else think that maybe he would just like kill this guy?
That's what I was hoping for.
Like they'd be like, you sent us this and a rotting corpse. Like,
I thought he was going to leave it in the chest. I thought he was going to kill him like sacrifice.
like, oh, some heavy gold, you know? Like,
Yeah.
dead guy.
The problem is,
Dead
the
person.
problem is that the guy is a human slave, so it's like
I'll just let him die by somebody else's knife.
Brutal.
Anyways, go ahead.
So, what would you do when you meet up with us? Yondus?
Oh yeah, okay. So you guys say that, and then I'm rolling up. Do I have my horse? Is my horse separate, or do you guys have
Your horse is with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
So
guys would easily be able to get your going good.
So I'm walking up to you guys. You might see me coming a little miles away because I'm not visible anymore, and I'm not trying to hide. And I walk up and I'm holding the bag of holding, and I'm like this, and I'm so happy, and I'm walking up and I'm like, everything went according to plan.
You see, Ophios is just kind of glaring at you.
I toss the bag of holding to Reno.
I'll catch
And-
it. Just kind of look at him.
I just have a big smile on my face. Giannis is like, this it went great. Seriously.
What?
I'll say. Go ahead.
Ophios is gonna lower his hood so his snakehead is there after looking around, making sure nobody else is around, and go, "What was that? Fires, not plans."
Fire. Oh yeah, the fire. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is that I met a guy. He caught me. Sorry. Um. Anyway, he wanted help from me. He said something about how he wanted to start a mutiny, so I helped him out. Started a fire for him.
And you let him go?
He's probably dead.
Are you trying to deceive me? Because that was clearly a lie.
Was it clearly a lie?
Yeah, I know you're lying.
Dude, am I lying?
I
What am
set a
lying
DC
about?
17 for you.
What am I lying about, Tyler? What did I say that was a lie?
All of it about meeting a guy after the part where somebody caught you.
Someone caught me.
Ophios is gonna glare at you.
Someone caught me. He said he wanted to start a mutiny, which is true.
That's not what he said.
And
You
I
charmed him
set a
first.
fire to help him out. No, I didn't. He said it. He said he started a mutiny. I said, "How do you think? You think we should start a mutiny?" He said, "Oh, I don't know." And I was like, "Oh, come on, I'll help you out." And he said, "Okay." So he wants to start a mutiny.
So
And I set a fire.
Ophios's good voice is gonna disappear. He's full accent saying, "This is not what we signs up for. This is not what you're supposed to do." And he's gonna strike him. He's gonna hit him with the broad side of his blade instead of the sharp side.
We have a conversation about how everybody gets along so much better now.
And then he goes
Messi goes and fucks everything up, and then Tyler attacks him.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Not
I didn't
even
do
one
anything
session.
wrong.
Not even one session.
situation.
Oh, this makes me so happy.
Does that beat your AC?
You're hitting me with a sword?
The broadside, he
I'm
said.
hitting you with the broadside, not the blade.
Well, I'm like this. I'm really
That's
not
an
expecting an
improvement,
attack
Tyler.
coming.
That's an
So
improvement.
go ahead.
Yeah, I would kill you, but you accomplished your task. So he's just pissed.
Perfect. I did everything just according to plan.
That beat your AC down.
Yeah, that beat my AC. You can go ahead and
Okay,
roll.
so I hit you upside the head with my sword.
How hard?
Hard.
How hard?
I would say about half strength.
Daelric, how much damage is half strength?
Depends on if he wants to roll or not. It doesn't. It could just be thematic. It doesn't have to be
It's
damage.
thematic. It's not damage.
All right. Okay.
It's
you
it's
gave me
basically
a concussion
smack. I would
for the
smack you
theme.
with my hand, but I wanted to hit you with metal so it hurt.
Okay. I'll accept that. I'll take the hit and I'll wobble, maybe even fall a little bit, and I'll get back up, dust myself off. I thought we were
And I'll-
past this, Ophios.
And I'll sigh and just be like, "You're lucky you completed the tasks." Puts his hood back up, gets on the horse, and hands you the reins to yours. Renas, did you have anything to say? He goes back into his trained voice after the last couple of months.
I'll just kind of look at him and like almost go to say something, but then look and then just kind of go. And then mount my horse and just kind of turn. I won't say anything.
I think you
I
guys
could,
are looking
but I won't.
at this all wrong, by the way. This is Yondus talking. Just clear. And he'll stand up and hold on to the reins of his horse.
That'll make Rena upset and kind of turn around and say, "In what way is that exactly?"
Look, I heard them when I was leaving, okay? They don't suspect a thing, all right? Everything's fine, okay? They didn't see me. They didn't smell me. They didn't taste me, obviously. Everything's okay, all right?
That's not the point. The point is that once again, you're going off and doing things on
Look,
your own.
The point is we had a job and I did my side of it and you did your side of it, okay?
But you did added things. Ophios isn't even looking at you. He's still
And I'm
facing
not
away,
even going
waiting.
to charge you for it.
You took risks. That could have ruined so much more than just our plans, you know. There's more people involved than just us. But you only think about yourself, which is why you left. referring to that time that you had just left both of us behind.
After when we killed the guy.
Yeah.
She's dragging up shit from months ago.
I'm still
Yeah.
salty about
Well,
it.
God, she really is the queen, huh? Jesus.
Ophios
This is the
would-
queen of
would-
debate. That's like a wife work right there. Like
That
like
that
I
line,
feel like I'm losing this debate. I'm gonna drag some shit up from the past. Like,
That line
you
would make
lose because I
Ophios-
say you do.
Ophios would actually turn his head and side eye the hell out of Yondus on that one.
And you guys,
Ophio, sorry, Yondus, we're not mad. We're just disappointed.
Yes.
they are mad though. That's the thing. They are mad.
We're mad and
We're not
disappointed.
mad enough to desert you though.
Before,
so you
yeah,
should be, you should
yeah,
be
I'm not
happy.
leaving.
Okay.
I didn't hit you with the blade. I hit you with half strength, not full strength.
For Ophios, that's different. But you got to think of where I grew up, right?
Yeah,
Thieves, right?
spoiled. That's all we know. You never
Spoiled.
told us.
Oh yeah, I haven't told you. That's right.
Yeah, we don't. Well, unless that had happened, but I'm assuming it didn't.
I feel like that needs to be an RP thing, so it didn't
Yeah.
happen the last 2
Yeah.
months.
Yeah. No, it hasn't.
So from their standpoint, you were a spoiled brat who just decided to do what you wanted to do.
Look, here's the deal, guys. We all had jobs.
I don't
We
want to
all did
hear
our
it.
Jobs.
Ophios
don't
would just
care.
say, "I don't want to hear
I
it."
really
He'd
don't
kinda
care
kick
if
his
you want to
horse
hear
and
it or
start
not,
moving.
Ophios. Here's the thing, guys. Everything's fine.
Ophios is just trotting ahead.
The last thing I'll say, and I'll just look, Yondus like square in the eye and just say, I want to trust you, and I'm trying, but you're making it difficult.
Comes with the territory, I guess. And I'll get on my horse.
Yeah, we'll just head out.
If Rena's questioning trust of you, you're in a rough spot with Ophios for sure.
Yeah, acting. But in Yondus' mind, he didn't say that. He's already said it, I guess. But he's just gonna leave it.
And with leaving that, why don't we end this session? Jesus, this is a longer one or a later one or
Yeah.
whatever, all that fun
We
stuff.
went over an hour longer. Than
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah.
So
We also kind of started late, though.
Yeah, but no excuse. This is like we go a little late. So this is late. So why don't we? I missed you guys. I missed this so
Any
much.
other Friday, this would have been like, oh, I'm gung ho for this. I love this, but I'm sitting here. I'm like, I still have to pack. I'm not gonna sleep at all. I have to get on a flight in a few hours. Oh my god.
But you're flying into the past. So why don't we finish up? Tyler,
Back to the past.
sir. What
Yes.
big, great, awesome, tremendous, and beautiful things do you have going on soon?
I'm working on a giant charity project that I hope to be pitching to a big gaming company in the beginning of January. I'm consulting with the wonderful charity fundraising platform Tiltify starting this year. And I will be streaming and back in LA tomorrow and getting things started there. And there'll be news. There'll be a cool thing that involves my hair and a friend of mine named Gar, and two characters that people on my channel well know that Gar and I have played before. So stay tuned for that special stream. Could
What is it?
coming this
Are you shaving your head, turning it into a wig, and gifting it to Gar? Because I think Wade needs it
No.
more.
No, you don't know, but yeah, you do agree. I would agree. Wade felt insulted today because I was talking about my hair a lot with Mullen. He's like, "Yeah, thanks."
Well,
But-
you know.
Wade,
No,
Merry
so-
Christmas. I
Definitely
got
check
you.
me out over on Twitch.tv
Wade, listen,
/Apocalypto12.
Sorry. Wade, all
Oh,
of the pointers that Tyler and Molly were giving each other about how to treat their hair applies to your ass. Just so you know, you can still use it
Mine
there
too, man. Mine too.
because we know you as a hairy boy.
Also, I missed this group tremendously, so it was like I was having so much fun with this, and then all of a sudden Messi did that. I'm freaking out. Like, I really hope everything ends
Hey,
up being okay, but I
it's
was
all
like,
good.
Oh, I'm
dude,
sure. It's
dude,
just a
Messi,
classic
if you ruin
Yondus
this,
thing.
if you ruin this, it made me want to actually slap you through the screen.
Do you really think Daelric
You know,
would
I'm
let
changing
that
my
mess
plane
up
to
again?
Jacksonville. I'm coming for you.
but Messi, all honesty, great scene work, great hilarity,
Hey,
overall
thank you,
great.
man. Thank you.
I
Just think of
get
me
so
when you
much
got
into
something
character
coming
now.
up.
I'm thinking like Ophios, so I'm like,
He's like freaking out.
Yeah, and you guys are sticks in the mud. So no, I'm just kidding. It was good. It was good.
Well,
It was
one
good.
of you
I
was a
like
stick in the mud.
Daelric, I know you really want us all to get along, but I kind of like that we don't.
Oh no! As long as there's cohesion, that's all that matters. You don't have to be like.
Yeah, I mean, we're working
You don't have to be
together.
groping each other and frolicking down the. So, Rena, what's up next? You're next. What are you doing? What you said you're so excited about next month or something? What were you talking about in chat? What's going on?
Well, finally, I'm going to be like streaming more because I've just been so busy. Everybody has, I'm sure. But yeah, I'm going to be streaming more. I'm going to keep playing through The Walking Dead because I still need to finish that. And then, you know,
The
some
boys gonna come
Pokemon,
back?
you know.
The boys are back
Are
in
the boys
town.
gonna
Oh.
be back in Borderlands?
Yeah, the boys are coming back
Oh,
in Borderlands.
shit.
I'm going to play some Kingdom 2 Crowns with
invited?
Scott.
Yay!
Yeah.
Daelric, if you have time ever, we will invite you. If you
Yeah.
you ever have time, I will. I have my character save file. I can save, and then I can send it.
Nice.
I'm trying to help you.
Don't need your lame ass fucking.
Oh yeah,
even
Rena,
like-
continue.
Rena, what else are you doing? You're more
Yeah,
important.
I'm excited.
Queen of Aurorum, please continue.
Oh, thanks. Did you hear that, Neil? I'm just kidding.
Neil,
no,
I'm coming for that crown.
yeah, honestly, no. I'm really stoked to be getting back into D&D with you guys, and hopefully playing D&D, you know, with my friends and stuff too, and like just getting better at everything.
They're,
So
they're not your friends.
I know. I know.
Oh my God, Wade's in chat.
Yeah, he's been listening this whole time.
So yeah, that's all I have going on is just streaming, and you can find me Arena the Destroyer everywhere. So
I'm actually excited to play Two Crowns with you because I wonder if you're better than Wade, probably. Neil, definitely. Or Josh. He can't even beat the game by himself.
oh
So-
no.
So
I have to do some practice. I have to like start it myself, and then we can play. So that way, I'm not like a noob.
No, being a noob's fine. I honestly don't mind failing.
Okay.
I think it's fun playing with people and just like fucking up and blaming it on you. So
No, this is your fault. I know. That's how it'll go.
no, it'll be a lot of fun. It's just fun too because it's like a chill, cool like game where half the time you have to kind of focus on it, half the time you can just like BS. So, but
That's
anyways, yeah. So thank you, Rena and Messi. Does anybody care about you?
I care about you, Messi.
I do too.
They,
Even though I was like a weird meanie head.
My landlord.
they just want your rent.
Yeah.
They don't care. About
Anyway, yeah. So I have some updates, everyone. I
Uh-oh.
have some
Uh-oh.
updates. The reason why all my shit was broken today was because I got a brand new computer. Should I show it off again?
Shh, you haven't showed it off
Do
the
you
first
want?
time.
Yeah, I don't think you showed off on the.
I didn't
No,
show you
to
a video?
us, but not
I
on,
didn't,
not
I
to
didn't
them.
grab my camera and.
Yeah.
Oh, pan down. Oh.
No, it's okay. It's in the waistband. It's in the waistband.
It's uncomfortable for everybody. You
it
have
is.
a whoa, that is sexy. That
Yeah,
is
and I got a
like mine has lights. That has lights.
I got a 3700X right there.
How much
By
is
the way,
that?
this is the stock fan. This is the AMD stock fan, which is dope. And then I have RGB RAM because it makes it go faster. And I have a 2070 down there, which sadly doesn't have any RGB. And then I have my 3 exhaust fans at the front. So
Those
yeah, it's
exhaust
really
fans
nice.
are colorful.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of machinery.
Gee,
It
I'm
also
looking down,
costs-
going, mine has light.
It's like
The
a light
power
bulb
button.
hanging in there.
Mine's prettier than the old Gateway computers with the cow print on them.
And no, it's not a $3,700 PC, Wade. Thank you. It's $1,200. So also, you've all seen my cat. I hope by this point. I got this Christmas present.
You've never showed me
from
your
my-
pussy.
from my sister.
That went
Made this
sideways.
for me. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
God,
What?
it's too much glare. I'm trying to. What is it in? Oh, it's on a cat thing. On a cat thing. Like a
That's
post.
amazing.
That's super
It's on
cool.
a cat tree. Yeah,
Did
it's
she
on a cat
draw it
tree.
herself?
She framed it and had someone else draw it.
Oh, who drew it?
Yeah. My girlfriend paid someone to do it, and
Yeah.
then my sister got it and framed it, and then they gave it to me.
That's awesome. Like, if that's like a legit frame job, like the actual framing, those aren't cheap. Because I've had
No,
something
yeah.
framed before. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's real glass.
that's not what I meant.
Yeah.
But okay.
Obviously, that's not what you meant, Daelric.
No.
Yeah,
Moving on.
it was fun. It's a
Um,
great present. I love it. I'm gonna hang it up. Maybe in here. Maybe I'll put it on my green screen. I can
if
hang
you,
it up on the green screen.
if you want, I could take like a really high quality like dick pic and frame that and send it to you.
Yeah.
No, what you
I-
should
I
do
need
is
more
get a
stuff to hang on
shadow
my walls.
box, Scott, and put your cat in it and ship it.
I was not where I did not know where you were going. with
Bonsai Kitty coming your way.
What?
You've been trying to get rid of that cat. Messi has a framed cat. Now he needs a new cat.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. We'll
But
frame
they
the
make
cat.
those?
If you're gonna send it nicely, not how I said.
Bonsai Kitty. If you don't know what a bonsai kitty is, don't Google it. All right. So, anyways,
I'm gonna Google it.
I'm
Looking that up.
Daelric. I'm telling you that this upcoming Wednesday, we're playing Kingmaker, Aurorum Kingmaker. There's things going on that were kind of hinted at / spoiled, or something that transpired. Hinted at kind of spoiled this session over in the Kingmaker one. Also, we have session 1 of our new Star Wars campaign happening over on twitch.tv/Lost Initiative show with Mike. What?
Sorry, I looked
That's
at
so
Bonsai
cool.
Cat.
Yeah, Mike is going to be the storyteller for that one, so I'm wicked excited because we kind of all worked on the idea of the plot and whatnot together, and Mike's of course completely telling the story. I picked the ship, and Wade and I finally won the war against Mike. We're getting okay. I'm just trying to,
That's a Bonsai Cat.
okay. That's not even a bad one. That's like an okay one.
That cat's fine.
Yeah, that one's okay. So we finally convinced him to give us more experience points. But anyways, it's super late. Tyler has to go pack for a flight, and everybody wants to go to bed. So goodbye, everybody. Good night, everybody. It's time for us all to go home.
Bye.
Is that a cat? Oh, it's Daelric.
It's just
Yeah.
Scott.